everybody, welcome back to WeWatch Movie.
I'm up. Spit that out.
I don't know
We're
why.
live. Spit that out. We're live. Get away with
why-
those toys.
Yeah, I got sticky stuff in my mouth.
What is it? Under 10 minutes. Make it up. Make it a good one.
I said it rhymes with rum.
Oh,
yeah, gum.
It's just
don't be
gum.
Disgusting.
That's ridiculous.
Perverts.
All these people here thinking of nasty things. Hey, speaking of things that aren't nasty, I didn't know this. I watched this brief documentary. Well, I only watched the end of it because I've got ADHD and I didn't.
Was it your own sex tape?
It was a great one, and we're under 10 minutes. Congratulations.
I said sex.
That's true. Sex. No, yeah, it was, and that wouldn't have been under 10 minutes. That would have been under like 2.5 seconds. But either way, no.
I got how long you have to.
But no, it was actually a pretty cool documentary. It was a brief one. It was talking about the Blair Witch Project, and at first when I was watching it, I can't remember the guy's name. I would give him a shout out. Like they don't have. It's only like. Oh, thanks, D. But no, I don't remember the guy's name. They don't have a lot of subscribers, but I would give him a shout out. I just don't know his name. But they did a brief like walkthrough of the Blair Witch, filming sets where they were in Burkittsville. And I thought at first when I was watching, I was like, oh no. I was like, no, this is just like, I was like, it's a standard like regular like Adam the Woo type of stuff. They just go to the filming locations and you've seen it a million times. So I didn't. But when I started watching, I was like, no, this takes place in the 90s. This took place like a few months after they wrapped up filming the movie. So they got to actually go visit the house that got demolished in 2000 where they filmed the last scene. And they were going in and going through it. And you could see the production where the production had left like certain things and whatever around. It was friggin' awesome. And I didn't know this either, but they said that when Artisan bought the picture from the guys, the directors that made the movie, they wanted them to come back. And they did. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't remember hearing or seeing this at all. But they shot alternate endings because they found some of the props that they were going to use. One of them where Mike, where he was in the basement, he wasn't going to be standing in the corner by. They shot another one where he was being crucified on one of those big Blair Witch like twig things. They had that, and then they had another one where he was levitating in the basement. And the guys that were there that was filming the documentary showed where they drilled holes up into the beams to make him levitate. And then the last one that they had shot was where Heather drops the camera and a horse's horse's hoof is seen on the camera because the Blair Witch is supposed to be half animal. But they never used it. And I was like, I don't remember ever seeing because that's the craze now. They release Blu-ray, holy crap, 4Ks with all this unreleased footage. But I was like, they must have shot it and then never released it.
Oh, damn. I didn't know any of that. Yeah.
I don't know if these are fans. I don't know if that's what they like. Well, that's what I heard. I don't know if they were like, trust me, bro, was my sources, but this came out in like they filmed this in like 1999, late 1999, early 2000.
How's the footage look? Does it look like
no? Well, it looks definitely. You could tell by their socks and jeans that it's the early 2000s.
Oh, did you guys see the thumbnail for the video tonight? Did you see it by chance, Jay? Look at this dude. Hang on, I gotta find it. I love this. Like, this is my favorite. It's so stupid, dude. But this is the thumbnail. It's two dudes smoking a ciggy. They both look like Luke Wilson smoking a ciggy outside of a video rental store, and like it looks like the Night Stalkers around the corner about to take them both home and murder them.
That's Mike and I after leaving a karaoke bar, realizing that they don't sell vapes and just saying, hey, let's just get a pack of cigarettes and smoke outside this defunct video store.
Yeah, I know. It was the olden days when we used to just smoke the ciggies. I was like, what says two dudes talking about movies in an old school fashion? And this is what cropped up.
Yeah, I like it.
I know. I see
that graded whatever the way that it looks is the way that they shot it on the Blair Witch Project or the documentary. Like it's
that's what made me think of it.
Exactly. The quality, the gradient film. I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, just film grain.
Yeah, and by the way, I have seen a couple of people popping up and asking about Black Phone too. Yeah, you know what? It actually did look pretty good. I'll have to go back and watch. I know I didn't like Black Phone. Well, you know what? I didn't hate Black Phone, but I think it was an overrated movie is the problem. I don't think it was a terrible movie. I just felt like everybody carouseling around and saying it's the greatest thing ever. And holy, did you know that it was so good that Jesus himself came back from heaven to watch it? It was that good. You brought the Messiah back from heaven. I was like, it's not that good. It was good though. But this one, it kind of looked like a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Dude, that's exactly what I said. Like, and that is, I am 100% in on Black Phone 2 now.
Especially the phone booth when they were in the phone booth and that one kid like being like strangled or whatever in his dream. Those look like dead on. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, dude. When he went on the spinny ride in the phone booth, like, so the first Black Phone, like Jay and I both agree with this. Like, it was so overrated. Like, and like, oh, you hear all the stuff about it. And I remember Katie and I went to an early screening of that, and she didn't know anything about it. But I already seen the trailers, which Universal shows everything there, which is why we can't show the trailer here. So they don't let us watch, but they show everything in the trailer. But like, and she loved it. And I was like, I'm so disappointed because everything was in the trailer. And I also didn't like, dude, I just did not like how they did the Stranger Things kids. And the kids are like, dun, 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 like doing the karate fighter next to the phone. I'm like, this is so corny. But dude, that next trailer for Blumhouse made their own Freddy Krueger. They really did.
Yeah, it actually looked like really solid. Like I said, I'll have to go back and watch the first one. I remember, like I said, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I'll go back and watch it just to get ready for Black Phone 2. Maybe I missed something there that it's actually really, really good. I don't know. I doubt it. I love Ethan Hawke, but
hell, I think I gave the movie like a 7.5 or an 8. Like, it was a good film. It just, like, people were acting like it was so much better than it was. It was like 30% a great film and like 70%. I could do with it.
It was basic lasagna, the 70%. It was a Versailles. It wasn't a real Italian meal.
What'd you eat for dinner tonight?
I had Southwest salad.
Oh, and, homemade or from Wendy's?
it was from Walmart.
Walmart Southwest salad. Those are good. I've had those. Do you put the crispy tortilla strips in, or are you trying to cut back the carbs?
No, that's all part of the calories in it.
Yeah, no, I know. I just sometimes I'll put them in, sometimes I won't. Dude, Katie and I went to some bohunk, not tonight, but like last week. We had a date night and we went to Mama's Brown Barrel or something like that, Jack's Hairy Saloon or something like that in Midway. Dude, this waitress came over and she was She's so hot? Weird. No. She was like, she seemed like coked out or something, but she was young. She was just really excited to live. But she was like, oh, it's like we got waters, and she came back. She's like, all right, here's the hydration station to go with the libations, and like, it was crazy.
It's like you could have been like, I'm really proud of you getting over your meth recovery, but you don't need to ham it up. This isn't a Chick-fil-A. Come down.
Honest to God, it felt like a Chick-fil-A, but she was sweet. But dude, we got the special, right? Which nobody ever gets the specials. I think it's weird, but you can split it. It was $40, but we split it.
Too rich for me, blood.
Nah, $20 a piece is
for a piece,
yeah, because we split it. But dude, it was the surf and turf, and it was a ribeye, and it was a crab cake, and it was pimento mashed potatoes and collard greens, and I don't know why I brought this up, but it was really good. It was just really good.
I don't like pimento.
You should eat it.
Mashed potatoes sounds gross. Mashed potatoes with pimento. I don't even like pimento cheese spread. I think that's gross. I always hated that.
I like it. I like
gross. It's like a nursing home snack.
It is. That and egg salad. I can eat egg salad, chicken salad.
That's all Mom and Dad had in the refrigerator, and it was old too. They probably put it in mason jars. Mom and Dad saved everything. They saved everything, dude. Everything.
Yeah, it really. Why are those like old people foods? It's literally chicken salad, egg salad, pimento.
Because it's easier for them to gum it down.
I guess that actually.
That's what it is.
I just thought it was like an older from their time,
dude. That's what I was talking to Cody yesterday too. By the way, like, I love my brother, but dude, I swear, dude, like he like we talked. It was like over an hour, and I was doing this with my phone. Dude.
I wouldn't talk to Jesus Christ.
I looked at my phone like this and was like, damn. And anyway, we were talking. But he did bring up. He's like, dude, we grew up so weird because we were both raised by my grandparents. And he was like, do you remember like mom would never use the dryer? She would just hang our clothes out to dry like all the time. It wouldn't matter. Rain, it would just go out. I mean, no, if it rained, she would use the dryer. But she's like, honey, I'm gonna hang out the wash. And she'd hang out, and then we'd go downstairs, and there would be like a little pantry room, and she like mason jars everywhere, dude. It smelled like old potatoes and onions. Like it just the whole house smelled of it.
Dude, I think that's definitely better because your clothes don't shrink if you just hang them out.
I know.
Like
well, yeah, I
hang me out to dry.
Because we were bringing it up because of the crappy all-in-one washer dryer we have, which no good. It is like, dude, I'm not kidding. The washer dryer they installed in this apartment is like the easy bake oven for like people that never have ever done laundry.
So they got you the cheapest possible one.
Yeah,
so
dude,
we're raising your rent, but we did a regular
load of laundry. A regular load. We did a regular load of laundry. It took 3.5 hours to dry it.
Good God.
Yeah. And then she we contacted the property manager, and then she was like, well, you got to try a smaller. I was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna like wash like 2 pair of panties and 3 underwear, and that'll do it.
I like them teeny and tiny.
Because just to test that theory, we literally it was like 2 pair of socks, 2 pair of underwear, panties, and like an undershirt, and it took 45 minutes to dry. I'm like, well, there you go. Let's do little loads at a time and have a $700 bill.
Dude, thank God you don't have kids running there on that place.
No, I know.
We could literally water all of Africa with how much we use just rewashing clothes that were clean, and then the kids just throw them in the floor clean.
That there's people in these complexes that have kids. I don't like. We asked our property manager, "You're not closing the laundromat that's on campus?" And she was like, "No." So I was like, "Thank God." But that place no, it's still filled. Like people are still using it because there's people here that have like 3 or 4 kids. But yeah, it's great. Like I think it's an LG. I'm not sure, but I think it's the whole thing is they use steam to like I don't know how the operating system works. I'm not Bill Gates, but I know
this makes me laugh because like at any time you could turn on the stream and it's like we could either be talking about like our hemorrhoids or our medical problems, or we could just be talking about laundry. Like the older we get, like tune in a couple weeks, guys. We'll be talking about the polyps that are.
Well, they don't care. They're talking about apparently Hulk Hogan fucked up Starcade.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It just makes me laugh.
No, I know. And then we got Kyle over here is fucking stoned. Kyle, stop smoking that. That double grass is getting to you.
What did you guys have for dinner tonight? What everybody here have for dinner tonight? Dude, we got that. I told you we got the Blackstone, right? The grill. Oh. Katie got me a grill for Father's Day, and it's one of the flat top ones that you got to come over and you got to experience this. You can cook anything on this. You cook anything on this thing, and it literally has changed life. Like I get excited about dinner. Like I'm excited, dude. This is a giant square that just gets hot, and you go out there like Shogun, and you're like flipping stuff around like the guy in the restaurant. Like you like sake, hot sake. Yeah, like that's me.
I like
really Katie.
I like charcoal. I like charcoal grills. Woo, $50.
They're just so difficult.
They are.
They're just so difficult.
But they I feel like they've got the best taste to them. Yeah. By the way, also, you ever heard of the Sean Ryan podcast? Have you ever watched that?
That's a dude who does a bunch of conspiracy stuff, right?
He does. Well, he's not just conspiracy. He also interviews he's like Joe Rogan, but not exactly, but kind of like that. But he interviewed Dave Mustaine.
Oh, chocolate sounds good.
From Megadeth, and I only watched the segment that interested me because I never liked Megadeth. I'm sorry, but there is a couple of good segments about why he got kicked out of Metallica and yada yada yada. But he was talking about witchcraft, dude. There you go. That's a good balance meal. That's
solid. So, some of us do live that way.
Yeah.
I don't eat all day so that I can have my 40 hours.
That's the coveted Gary Busey diet. We like it.
Sorry,
but no, yeah. So the Dave Mustaine interview, he was talking about witchcraft and shit, and he was like, it worked. And I was like, no, there's no. And he's like talking about like how when he was like 13 or 14 or something, he's like, I did it twice, and he goes, both times they worked. And the Sean Ryan guy is like, well, what did you do? He's like, I don't really want to talk about like the details of it because I don't want anybody like going to running around to look it up. But he's like, I also don't want anybody to lead them to that. But he was talking about like his sister. I guess how he got introduced to it was he said his sister had got divorced, or her husband had left her for like some.
I don't know why I said that. I apologize.
What?
I called her sister a whore.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she is.
I don't know who she is.
I don't know. Maybe she is a hooer. Maybe she is a hooer from Hooverville. But no, no. So he said that her husband had left her for some big beautiful blonde bombshell at the bar that he'd met, and that so she had started getting into witchcraftian things, I guess, to either get him back or to do something to him. And he said that he walked at one point or another when he got off the school bus. He went to her trailer, to like, I guess I don't know if he lived with her or if he was just going over to visit her, but he walked in and there was a candle with some, like, he's like some kind of like flowers or weird grain shit in the middle of it where it had been burning. And there was like a half burned up picture of him next to it, along with like a little pamphlet, I guess, that had these witchcraftian spells. But he said that the guy, her husband, came back to her. Like left the girl that he was in, like all this big beautiful blonde bombshell for her.
That could just be
but then he said, maybe. But then he said he picked up the pamphlet and he said he got revenge on a bully at school and it worked. Whatever because Sean Ryan was like, "What'd you ask for?" And he's like, "I'm not going to tell you what I did, but it worked." And he said another thing that he did was he also said he got a girl that he wanted. That he's like, "There's no reason in the world that she would ever looked at me twice." I don't know, man. But you know, the crazy, and then he said it took him years to get that shit off of him. And because he was talking about demonic oppression, and then Sean Ryan was like, are you saying depression? Like you were depressed? Because I've heard some of your songs. And he was like, no, oppression, not depression. And I was like, oh, and he's like, he went to like various shamans and shit to get it off of. And he said it like took 15 years. He goes, I'm still dealing with shit like that. But he said at one point, he said a shaman, like he said he saw a bull come out of his fucking chest. Like a bull with a no, I was like, yeah, it sounds like you're hanging out with Kyle over there smoking the Chiba grass. But either way, I don't know. But it was great. But somebody in the comments said, why didn't he ask him how prevalent witchcraft and demonic shit is in Hollywood and in the music industry? Because I bet that would have been an interesting conversation. How many of them practice that shit?
Dude, that's so weird that you brought that up, because I was wanting to show you this tonight. This is crazy dark stuff. Okay, so prepare your bungholes. This is crazy dark stuff. This guy, I think he's a wrestler, right? His name's Shiloh Hill WWE. So someone else posted this thing, and he was like, "That was my why don't you take me to his site?" He was like, "That was my video, right?" From this mountain. Oh, didn't mean to do that. He was like, "That was my video that you're showing," but this thing's taken off. So this site. Okay, that he goes to. Let me try to find the original thing here. Dude does some wild stuff. I've never seen him. I don't know who he is, but okay. The shoes have shipped. Okay, go to I want the beginning. Okay, so he found this website. Where was it?
Temu?
No. Okay, yeah. It says something about this website seems off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this site. Something about this dark web. He went on the dark web to a shoe marketplace.
Yeah.
Dude, they're shoes with like blood stains on them, and they have people's names on them. They're selling for like $175. On 16, Valley, 20 years old, 19 years old.
Yeah.
Something feels off about it. And then Vamonos, children. Vamonos. And then he orders them.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is
that's what you would do.
Yeah. Oh my God, where'd it go? Take me to a better place. Show me that you understand. Hang on, I'm gonna find it. Dude, he orders them, and what he gets is freaking. So one of the pairs of shoes ties to this, they're called Samaya or whatever. And there's a missing kid that's 17, and the stuff adds up or whatever. But he orders them. He said, "That's my video. Plus, I bought them." So and he takes them home. Off the dark and here's
web. And while I was at work, I got the notification that they just got delivered. I'm headed to the PO box right now to go pick them up.
Why you sound so excited to get bloody shoes?
I know.
Yeah, something. Sure, what boots would be fragile to be honest.
I'd be afraid there'd be a turd in them or something. Like somebody would ship like a big old turd.
That's not coming from the box. It's coming from my neighbors. Also, regardless of what's in this box,
you imagine the box had a crying baby in it?
9 Eastern time to discuss.
The music makes it even creepier.
There used to be a whole slew of videos on YouTube where they were doing this.
Yeah,
where they would like order random videos from
The fact that it's a shoe website and they're bloody shoes.
Oh, I need to put on gloves.
I mean, yeah, but they could also just put fake blood on it.
Wow. Okay, these are real.
Taste it.
Yeah,
see
we're gonna have
real.
to test this. The lumen
like
gets
blood,
here
dude.
tomorrow. But
Fucking hey,
Dude, watch me.
fucking VHS thing, and then he ends the video.
I know, dude. It sounds like a setup to me. It sounds like one of those like things that they used to do back in the day to get clicks, where they would like act like some kind of nefarious thing was happening on the dark web in which they ordered. We don't know what's in the box.
Well, he never tweeted again, so they obviously killed him. But like, no, dude,
Unfriend at 3. That's this teaser.
There's some people on the internet like, no, this is literally like they do this stuff on the dark web, and the government doesn't care. They just don't care. So these could be literally like the dead, like people will murder people and then they sell their shoes, and then you get a videotape and it might be them being murdered, or like might be a smut film. I don't know.
I used to watch this guy called Some Ordinary Gamers, Mudahar. I don't know if he still posts this stuff, where he would have whole segments where he would go on the dark web and he would like do it like not live, but he would record it and let people see, because he's like, it's also over fantasized about it's all this evil stuff. He goes, of course there's bad stuff on it. You can find bad stuff on regular Google if you wanted to, if you were really searching it out. Facebook Marketplace has bad stuff on it. But he said, generally speaking, it's just a lot of weird, edgy shit that people try to do to get away with it. But if he ever comes across something where it's like pedo shit, he always drops it FBI, you know, like he links it to them. So they do investigate that. And by the way, the FBI and like some of the other federal agencies do use that as a way to track. Like people are dumb, dude. They go in there and try to hire a fucking hitman. Like on fucking the internet. I found a cool dude on the internet that'll kill my husband for $50. And it turns out it's like Butch McGruffin that works for the FBI for 25 years that shows up at your door. But yeah, I think that particularly that it could very well. I just feel like it's not real. I don't know. I mean, not that he didn't think it wasn't real, but that what they were selling was bullshit.
I do want to know that, as Chalmers asked, does anybody watch the Dark Web in the chat? It reminds me of Dark Web Unfriended. You know, when they're in that little boat, they're in the boat, dude. It's so creepy.
Dark Web Unfriended 2 is way better than Unfriended 1.
Mick Foley's boots.
That'd be worth a lot. But yeah, I think it's one of those like edgelord sites. I don't know. But I would honestly, if you ordered something from the Dark Web and it's like it's weird like that, it's suspicious, you get what you asked for. So don't be shocked and run crying to mama when you open up that UPS box and a big old fat turd just springs forth into your face and like laced with anthrax. That's on you.
Didn't you and I watch one? I think we watched it on stream where the dude ordered something from the Dark Web. It's like a surprise box from the Dark Web, and it's like a Xbox 360 box that he gets it in, and he pulls it out, and there's a hard drive in it, and he puts the hard drive in, and like there's a bag of like blood and like hair.
You got Days of Thunder going on outside your window. Help me!
I live on the
Tom Cruise. Help me, Tom Cruise.
A nice vibrating hole. You remember how hard Morgan Freeman laughs? He's like, yeah, vibrating hole. They're the weed eater dudes are outside. They pick the best times, but that was weird. Dude. And then he puts on the video, and it's just this dude murdering bunnies in his yard.
I mean, no, there's weird shit on there for sure. There's a lot of psychos that would use it, and I'd probably get off on that. I did see Muda Hart, like there. I keep on calling him like I know him. That Some Ordinary Gamers YouTube channel. He did show one they had to blur out because he didn't know if it was real. But he gets like a really bad gag reflex. But he started like acting like he was vomiting because he described what it was. He was scrolling around on the dark web and he saw a guy that was being impelled from his asshole up through his body and out through his mouth, and it was in the middle of the dark woods. And and the guy and Budar was like, he's like, I don't know if this is real or if this is fake, but just in case it is real, I'm going to blur it because YouTube, their TOS would definitely take my channel down. But like, could they post shit like that, murders and such? Yeah, for sure. But I think that particular stuff is like all edgelord shit. I don't think that's real. Like the bloody shoes named after like missing children. I don't know. I mean, if the guy was
like
smart
or something.
No. I don't know.
It creeps me out a little bit. Like you're right, like 75% chance it's total horse poopy cocky.
Hollister's gotten desperate for marketing. It's crazy.
But dude, did you see Tim Tebow went on this show? Dude, the guy you were talking about, the Sean Evans guy, not the guy from Hot Ones.
Sean Ryan. Yeah.
Sean Ryan. Tim Tebow went on his show and he had all the statistics. He had all these statistics and he was talking like he got like teared up and he got hot and fired up about it because he was like, this is how many known pedos and like missing children and like child CP people there are, like, and he's like, the government knows where these people are, and because of bureaucratic red tape, nobody does anything about it. They're all arguing about right, left wing, this and that, whatever crap. And he's like, meanwhile, all these kids are still missing and no one's doing anything about it. It's insane. It's too early in the night to be this dark, but like,
yeah, we're already, crazy, I mean, yeah, you're already showing us Payless Shoes new advertisement campaign for next year's Halloween event. I mean, it's crazy. Like that guy went on to a Payless Shoes. Oh,
I was having a good day.
And that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. 25 minutes in, we go from Dave Mustaine and possible witchcraft in Hollywood and the music industry all the way to the dark web and selling bloody shoes.
It's a slippery slope.
We don't know where we're going. It's all fun and adventures. We are on a rocket ship to where? We don't know.
By the way, dude, I have the coolest thing. I'm so pumped about this, and I think this is going to be really fun. Maybe nobody cares. Maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know, but I'm pumped about it. First off, I did a thing. Okay, big fancy show, fireworks. We spared no expense. This show has a banner. It's fine. Calm down.
Nice, big time.
Everyone, calm down. But I got to show you this. I have created something that I think is going to bring a little bit of fun and spiciness to the last three. And that is the ongoing, may I present to you the ongoing Wham Family tier list. Now, this is a tier list, folks, that we will keep in every single stream. And at any time, if we come across a topic, whether it's a movie or a serial or a band or whatever, and you guys want us to rank it, again, you can't do like I said in the thing, you can't do like the whole Bond franchise, but like if you like this one random thing, like, hey, what's your all's tier ranking for this? All timer all the way to Sucks My Butt Steve. We will do this and we'll just randomly tier rank stuff as we go on through the streams, and we'll save them. And then once a tier gets filled, we'll post it on the socials and we'll save it. We'll start a new one, but we can just tier rank stuff all day long until cows come home.
I like it a lot. It looks real inventive, and you outdid yourself. I really do enjoy it. I think it's going to be a come together moment for everybody.
Yeah, I got it at Kmart, real nice,
real nice and cheap on sale.
Yeah. So
speaking of which, but
random, you guys want to be tier listed, just let us know.
Speaking of tier list, I did think about. I think I brought it up. I don't remember if I brought it up at last live stream or not. I know that we were talking about doing some like movies that make you cry and things like that. But dude, I saw this thing on Twitter where somebody was like, name or maybe I did talk about this. Name like the saddest ending to a horror movie, and then the guy posted like a video of, I don't remember what movie it was, but everybody in the comments, number one was The Mist.
That's exactly where I was going to go with it.
The Mist. Yeah, but the more I was thinking about it, I was like, well, you could do the saddest endings to movies. I think somebody said I Am Legend, but with the dog scene, but that's only that's a moment in the movie. Obviously it's really sad, but it's not the ending.
Right.
But I was thinking, like, what about if you have like most, like, because I know everyone's going to pick The Sixth Sense or something, but most shocking or twisted ending for a horror movie. Like I was thinking, like I was trying to figure out a way to like make that tier list work, because I was like, I liked it wouldn't be my number one, but Hellraiser Inferno, when Craig Schaefer's character is trapped in hell with the demons, he loses. The bad guy wins.
Yeah, I'm doing that. And that's, by the way, I can't. People in the chat, like already, we're getting off the wrong foot. Okay,
the road's a good one.
It's not for whole ideas. It's just for like one thing. Like, hey guys,
Gesundheit.
Holy shit, though. But if you guys were like, hey, I tried the new spicy burrito from Taco Bell tonight because you guys rank it. That's what I mean. Not like entire ideas, because that we'd be here all night. There's like one or two things max at a time would be ranked.
That's a separate thing. I'm just talking about a specific tier list.
Not you. I was talking in the chat.
I just thought it'd be interesting to do on the fly, even like to do it one night just on the fly and let the chat participate, and we could all just make that list together. Because I see a lot of good ones that I didn't even think about. The Road, fucking awesome, amazing ending. You could 7. I haven't seen someone throw in 7 yet. That one's crazy.
That is a sad ending. But I don't think it gets worse. Did you just say just horror movies? Or did you say movies?
No, see, I don't know. Well, see, that's the thing though. Is like I would try to keep it narrowed to at least horror movies. But see, some people wouldn't consider 7 a horror movie. They would consider it more of a thriller. But I lean more toward thriller with that movie. Like 8mm is a thriller, but it could be considered horror.
I was just thinking of like, there's a movie with Hugh Jackman called The Sun that has the saddest ending maybe I've ever seen in film, even above The Mist. Yeah. So I'm like, are we keeping it to horror or not? But yeah, dude, for horror for me, it's definitely The Mist. But
well, that was a lot of people's number one. I did see a couple on there. I think there was another one that was on there that was pretty sad. I can't remember, but anyway, yeah, I think it would be a really interesting list. I would like to like keep it in horror, but then narrow it. And then Michael Parton said a bad ending. I was like, no, because everybody's going to be like, what's your shittiest ending of a horror? It'd be Halloween Ends. The whole
That's bad. In About Nature had a really bad ending. There's a couple good ones there though. So, yeah. But no, just like for instance, like, okay.
Jeepers Creepers is a good one.
That did have a messed up ending. That was a sad ending. For instance, let's say what happened recently. How do you guys, all right. In the land of steaks, okay? Where do you put ribeye? Like, we got your sirloin, you got your strip steak, you got filet mignon. Where's ribeye for you in the land of steak? For me, it's all timers, the best steak there is.
I don't know if it's not a Donald Trump steak, I don't want it.
This is a better one. Texas Roadhouse.
Oh,
Texas Road. The restaurant Texas Roadhouse. As far as restaurants go, where would you put that on your list?
Well, I guess it depends on how hungry
that's gonna
you
be
are.
The first ever one. This is so random.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really hungry and you're drunk, especially, it's going to be an all-timer for some. I mean, it just will be. But I'll put Texas Roadhouse as a pretty rad. I think it's good, but I never thought it was like some kind of amazing treat.
Yeah, I'm more, and we'll put it to a vote, just to give you guys the real taste. I literally think it's so overrated. Like, I really do. I think it's overrated, and there's reasons why. Number one, the beers that they give you, I don't like it when they serve you the beer in those gigantic jugs. Mexican restaurants
makes me feel like a Viking. Too. I love it. Maybe another
like,
witch. I didn't know disrespect.
It's not the best way to drink a beer though. Like that, you got to have the dynamic of the glass to go with the thing. No. I don't like the way they do that.
I never liked the peanuts on the floor. Is that the one where they don't clean up the fucking peanuts on the floor?
It used to be, but now because now they don't do that anymore. The peanuts
Dude, I get my like OCD goes out the fuck. I was like, give me a goddamn broom and a vacuum cleaner, and I'll do it for you. I cannot walk on this shit. It's so disgusting. Shells everywhere, people spitting that shit. Yeah, like it. And you see those fuckers sitting on those big long bitches, and they would just sit there cracking those goddamn shells and just dropping it at their feet. And I was like, you raised in a barn. You probably were, you son of a bitch. I see your cowboy hat.
Yeah, YouTube is going to hinder us on this a lot because they won't let us put 5 options in there. But I'm going to put up to a poll, and then when you guys vote on it, you'll see. But no, my answer to that is definitely fuckable. I think Texas Roadhouse is fuckable because like the steak is good, all right, and you can get a sirloin. Not only that, but if you're health conscious, you can get a nice steak, a nice 6-ounce sirloin for like 250, 300 calories. That's pretty good. Everything else on the menu in its entirety is absolutely going to gutter up your veins, and you're literally going to have a heart attack that night. But like you can get a steak and some broccoli and a baked potato. But
no, dude, I mean, like, Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse, I still put it at pretty rad. I think it's an like mediocre type of steakhouse. But I will say one thing about it. Like, I don't know if it's a national chain. Malone's, that's overrated as fuck. Way 100%. Too expensive to be like. And they try to act like they're fancy pansies, and like they've got like Gordon Ramsay back there frying it up. Woo! But it's all bullshit. It's
not national. I think it's just a Kentucky thing. Malone's and Jack's, not Jack's. It's Malone's and
Sal's.
Sal's and Drake's is a spinoff of them, but also we have the Harry's, their bar in there. Yeah, it's fine. But it's overpriced as hell.
It's like Carl Malone's. Yeah, the mailman himself.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta grab a drink real quick. I'm not even peeing. I'm just getting a drink.
All right, that's fine. You take your time. Okay. Go ahead.
Get up my day. There's no tier below sucks about Steve, by the way.
So, also, I don't know if you guys heard about the recent article that came out that kind of gave the timeline of the PS5. I don't know if you guys heard about this. So apparently PlayStation 5 will be around till about, I think they're putting it at about 2027, 2028. Not that it's going to go anywhere. They're still going to make games for it, but they're going to launch PS6 around 2027, 2028. Kind of crazy. I actually thought it was going to last a little longer, but I understand why they're doing it. I mean, technology is moving so fast. I mean, they're going to implement the new technology as quick as they can to make a dollar. Hey, Cinnarop. Mind the gap. Tommy, 2 times. I still haven't got a PS5. I know, dude. And that's why people thought they were gonna hold off a little while longer on releasing any kind of new console because of the COVID thing and the delays in production and people not being able to get the fucking thing. But I know, dude. Tomo is exactly you all correct. Give that man a gold star, Tomo. You all correct. Yes, there's not even enough games for PS5. Not at least. I mean, there are some good games, but I just don't feel like you've not squeezed every little piece of juice out of the PS5 yet. Shelly says I'm lame. I don't own a single console. That's all good. Don't worry about that. It's all good. I personally feel like they definitely should hold off on releasing a new one. But again, I understand from a business standpoint why they're doing it. Did you hear what I was saying about the PS5?
No, I know they have an event tomorrow.
No. So yeah, well, the I don't think they're going to announce anything, but so the PS5 is they've pretty much given away the time frame for how much longer it's going to be the go-to console for Sony. They're thinking about 2027, 2028. PS6 is coming out. I know.
I haven't got to PS5 yet. Jim.
Well, that's what a lot of people were saying, and they thought that because of the delays in production and whatnot, because of COVID back in 2020, and everyone having a hard time getting a hold of it, they would have waited to release a new console. But they're not going to. I think the Sony president had said something about technology is improving so quickly and so fast. They want to implement it as quick as they can into a new piece of hardware, but that they will continue. But that they would continue making games and such for PS5. It would be cross-platform because they said that PS5 is going to have a long lifetime. So you don't have to
like,
rush out to go get a PS6, but you will anyway. Affirmed, here I come. Amazon pre-orders. No,
that's what they did with Xbox too. Like they did the One S, but you didn't have to get it. But if you wanted the new gen version, you had to get it. So to me, it's just more confusion. In the
problem, well, and here's the issue going forward, especially with all the talk about games coming out, and they're going to be like $80 or $85. God damn you, Nintendo, you Mario loving fucks. It's all those fuckers' fault. Anyway. You know that the next consoles are going to be insane on price. Like I guarantee.
$499.
Here's my prediction. No, PS6 prediction: $800, $850.
They won't go that far.
Yep, I'll bet you $1 million they will.
Dirty little horse.
And they'll probably put it where it don't come with a disc drive either.
Oh damn!
That's
why I don't do it anymore. That's why I don't do it anymore.
No, okay, maybe 850. Maybe 850s. Okay, how much was the PS5 when it launched? Was it 500?
Swim trunks. You guys got a problem with these fucking beautiful ass swim trunks right here? Look at this. $4.99.
Get that stinky chicken leg out of here. Holy fuck
there.
Smells like guacamole when you lift your leg.
I walk around in swim trunks all over the neighborhood.
Mikey's swimming in cum dicks. He loves that shit.
I wish.
But no, anyway, 800 is too. They'll make it $799. Yeah, yeah, it's too steep at 800. $799. That's the right price. Also, so in the 99 cents. No, maybe 850 is a little bit too high. But honestly, what was the PS5 when it came out? 500 or 500? But resellers rented it to 1,000 exactly, because that's when nobody could get a hold of it. So if a PS5 when it came out back then in 2020, I think, right, like that was 5 years ago, $500. Now adjusting tariffs, all that crazy shit, $80 fucking games, I could easily see $800. Easy. Because how much was the PS5 Pro? Wasn't that fucker like $900?
I don't remember.
Because you could get, no, I know it just came out, but you had to get all this extra shit for it. It didn't, they really nickel and dimed the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, dude. It's why I don't do it. It's convoluted. It's confusing. The games don't come out finished. Like they are just literally squeezing the life out of the people who support them. And one day, someone will come from the darkness, and they will rise up, and a song they will sing, and they will change everything. And PS is going to be out of it. Xbox is going to be out of it.
Come on,
Stop
come
dicking
on,
people, dicks.
Come back, Sega. Where are you? The market's ripe for you to bring your big blue awesome hedgehog and drop his dick down right on the market. It'll never happen. There were rumors that Atari was thinking about getting back in the game, but that never happened.
You want to talk about some poo-poo pee-pee, by the way, some more bullshit? I wanted to talk to you about this article I saw today. Actually, I saw it yesterday. About the Superman movie.
I've heard about some of this. The budget was revealed.
Yeah. So, yeah, you got, first off, there's a big article about like what Warner Brothers needs to do for Superman to be a success, right? And they say in here that the litmus test is going to be whether or not this movie is going to be key, obviously, to keep their 10-year Peter Gunn Safran plan on track. The $225 million budget, they say it needs to cross $700 million threshold at the box office to be considered a success. But that's a little of a confusing number because they also say later in here that that it only really needs to get to 500 to break even. But dude, this is what gets me too. This just shows how confusing these people are. The challenge is almost entirely a question of if Superman resonates with today's audience. Did they successfully update an Eisenhower era character so the 2025 Gen Z audience can identify with him? Like this is super. Why is Gen Z the only audience we're going after?
Well, because they're the new generation that's going to be having the, I don't know, fucking TikTok melty ass brains. Who gives a shit?
They're the most unpleasable audience of all time, in my opinion. I don't know why that's what you're focused on, but it also says they're $37 billion in debt right now from the Discovery Warner Media merger. Thank you, David Zaslav. $37 billion, guys. That's like a national fucking deficit.
Warner Brothers is like, they see Disney fucking up. And they see that, and they watch what they do and how they ruin legacy characters and how they continue to just churn out turd after turd. And they're like, hold my beer. I got you one better. Fuck it. And they do it. I've never seen a company that's so addicted to shooting themselves in their own feet like Warner Brothers.
And dude, it's all Zaslav. And more in this article points out, it's like actually, so what they did when they restructured DC, they made it so that instead of reporting to the other people, now Gunn and them report directly to Zaslav, the guy who canceled the Looney Tunes movie, the guy who's just the face of dick. Basically, they report directly to him. It's his whole show. He's running it. They say anything north of 500 million, it'll turn a profit, but 700 million to be considered a hit. Okay, so you're getting confused in the marketing and shit like that. What that's going to cost here. But here's what's interesting about that. 700 is what they need, right?
Yep.
And everybody looks at Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman. Oh, those dog shit movies. Zack Snyder fucked.
How much did they make globally though? Fucking
Man of Steel made 670 million worldwide. Man of Steel, the movie everybody said sucks shit. Batman vs Superman cracked $874 fucking million, dude.
Yeah, but you got to take into account what they spent on, what the budget was too for the movie.
Could have been too much outside of 225. You know,
I don't know.
We are going to read the comments, Daniel. We are. We're just getting our whistle wet first, as we.
By the way, I know this is off subject, but I literally got I get updates from Prime, like new movies are playing, but I didn't know it was. I didn't see it was Prime. I just got an alert, and it said "Good Boy" in all caps. I was like, who the fuck emailed me Good Boy? We were talking about the dark web shit. And then all of a sudden I get a random email saying Good Boy. I was like, I've been hacked. But no, apparently Good Boy, Good Boy is now available on Prime Video. Just so you guys know.
Good Boy. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. But I do know the Accountant 2 is now available on Prime.
You bet that. Yeah, dude. I can't wait. I cannot wait to finish that. I started it, but I can't wait to finish it. Yep. You gotta watch the Accountant 1 first, you fucker.
I have.
You're gonna love it. But also they go on to say, let's see here. The article says that this is from insiders and whatnot, that if Superman underperforms, it's going to put the entire gun universe in peril.
Well, here, time out really quick. This is what JT Customs just said. I mean, I don't know if we can look it up, but he said the budget for Man of Steel was 225.
Okay, so see, there you go. I mean, same budget. But I knew that they couldn't be that much more than 225 for Superman. But World of Tomorrow, Supergirl World of Tomorrow is the only guaranteed film that we're getting from the gun universe. And if Superman doesn't churn out, which I think it will, I really do. But it says outside of anything Batman related, DC will most likely wait to react to how Superman performs before deciding on any of their superhero library to tackle next.
Yeah, which one can we fuck up after this one? Let's see. Let's just wait for the fallout.
They've already pretty much canceled Sergeant Rock. The Clayface movie is going through rewrites.
Yeah.
Apparently what Mike Flanagan originally wrote wasn't doing it. But yeah, dude, this is the kicker of the whole thing. This is crazy to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. In 2022, before, the way it worked is the people working on the movies would report to Warner Brothers Pictures chiefs Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi. Now they report directly to Zaslav. But in 2022, when it was up to them and everybody else at Warner Brothers, they, in 2022, were considering a Michael Bay directed Superman film. That's what they were looking at. They wanted to see a Michael Bay Superman film. How do we feel about that
sexual
thing? I think it could rock shit, dude. I think that would have been awesome.
I don't know. I mean, if you want, mind-numbingly, like, special effect, explosive shot after shot with no real substance of a story, yeah, sure. I mean, go ahead. Casper Willis as an astronaut too. That can
has
to stop
it. Simple. Superman. No, they wanted simple Superman. I want simple, happy.
I think
Superman. Yeah. That would have been Michael Bay.
You got to balance those stories out, though. Superman is only going to work if you can balance out all the big special effects over like huge budget moments in that film with a great story. I don't know, and the way that it's, I don't know, man. And like I said, I don't want the movie to fail. I know that people come out like I'm not. We talk about that the Snyder Brigade that apparently are like toxic and disgusting pieces of shit online. I'm not a part of that. I like right. Zack Snyder's Superman, but I do not want this movie to fail at all. But it's not looking good. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to crack 7. Well, no. You know what? To be fair, I think it's going to do very well on opening.
I think
but it's going to be word of mouth on whether or not it has repeat audiences coming back.
Well, see, here's the thing. And this is why I can almost guarantee you James Gunn's Superman, whether it's great or not, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be a huge success. And here's why. All the Rotten Tomatoes people, all the people in the industry, all the journalists or whatever, you got a built-in audience for Superman, right? Yeah. You're going to get certain money out of Superman no matter what. But when it comes out and the Rotten Tomatoes people don't like it and the critics don't like it, the second week is when it bombs. These people are literally on the other side of the fence from that argument. Yeah. I honestly think James Gunn's Superman could come out and be mediocre, and people are still going to shoot it to the top just for their hate for the Cavill thing, for the Snyder thing.
Maybe.
I think that this movie is going to be a huge hit no matter how good it is. And that's just, I mean, that's probably an unpopular opinion, but I think it's going to be just fine. I don't know if that's the best for the industry or not, but those people are going to blow smoke up its ass whether it's great or not.
I know it's a classic. I wasn't talking shit on it. I was just saying, good God, calm down, relax your cracks, sweetheart. I was just joking.
I'm just telling you right now, if that movie comes out and it's mediocre, you'll see the Rotten Tomatoes and the critics of the world blow smoke up its ass and take it to the top, because it's literally I'm not doing this, but the world has turned it into a Snyder cult versus whatever this is, and we don't even know what it is yet. It's like red and blue, man. It's wild.
It's gonna be interesting for people to try to use something like Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb to judge it, because it's gonna be a ton of people are gonna downvote it or upvote it just for. You got the Snyder Brigade that's gonna downvote it no matter what, and then you got the gun licking buttholes. I don't know what you call them. Gun licks.
I like the way you put it.
The gun licks are going to go in there and upvote it no matter what.
And I really hope it's great. I'm nervous that it's not going to be great. It's going to be mediocre. And people, just to prove that they were right about their hate for Snyder, are going to act like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Well, I'm going to tell you what's the greatest thing since sliced bread. This next pee I'm going to take, but I'll be right back. I got to go real bad.
Right, enjoy it. While Jay's gone, I will give you the results of the last poll and start a new one. So, and this is just a good example of why I think this is going to be a fun thing. So, Texas Roadhouse, you guys have decided. I said fuckable. Jay said pretty rad. You guys agree with Jay. Texas Roadhouse is a pretty rad restaurant. You know, the reason I don't like it that much is because the food's fine. Steak's great. Don't like how they serve the beers. It's always packed, and it's always with like the Sunday church crowd, and like you can't get in, and like why they stopped doing the peanuts. That was fun. I don't know. So it's more fuckable to me, but buttered rolls are delicious. My kids love it. But here's the next one. And this is why this was born. Okay. Here's the next poll I'm going to ask you. Michael Bay Superman movie. Where would you rank it? Where do you think it would land? A Michael Bay Superman movie would be, and it sucks. I can only put 4 options in here, but I'll add the last one for comments. And obviously we don't know. It's just your best guess. All right. I'm putting that poll up now. What do you guys think a Michael Bay Superman movie would rank? So let's think about it. The explosions would be gnarly. To see a Superman movie in that atmosphere, I think would be wild. That exact Bay feel movie, but the Transformer movies to me mostly fucking suck. But I do love stuff like The Rock. I do love some of the old stuff that him and Bruckheimer did for sure. But I do think like the TMNT style stuff, even though he didn't direct it, sucks. Pain and Gain rocks. Michael Bay can put out great shit. For Superman, I would love to see that. I would love to see that experiment. I would fucking love to see that Michael Bay do a Superman movie. How it would turn out in the end, I'm gonna say almost touches the sun. I don't think it has a chance to be an all-timer because I don't think he has the depth for that, because he's always just trying to do these crazy shots and stuff like that. But I would think a Michael Bay Superman movie would be almost touches the sun at its best. What do you think?
What, Michael Bay directed Superman?
What do you think it would be after you watched it? Just your best guess.
I would say it'd be pretty rad.
Yeah. Just a step below. I picked almost touches the sun, but that's a hopeful thought. It could actually be Sucks My Butt Steve.
It could be. I mean,
I'm thinking highest though would be almost touches the sun.
I mean, special effects wise, I mean, he wouldn't skimp on that. Like he would definitely make it look really amazing. But I don't know as far as storyline goes.
But I just think honestly though, like if people keep screaming, I want fun with my Superman. I want fun. I
Then
think
go to the circus. Give me my last son of Krypton the way that I want him.
Michael Bay could give you a really fucking fun Superman movie.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see what you guys think about that. But we'll come back to that in a few minutes and let you guys talk about it.
By the way, we watched it. We haven't talked about it yet, but Megan 2.0, we did watch that trailer for y'all.
How did you feel about it, Jay?
It looks fucking stupid. but I haven't seen the first one, so I don't know. But it was like this bitch versus that bitch. I'm like, yeah, dude, it sounds so awesome. Oh my god, they would not idiots. There's an audience for it for sure, but it was like Mean Girls, but with Alita the Battle Angel costuming. So she's a good guy now? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's what I didn't understand. I thought the first one was supposed to be a horror movie, like a Chucky ripoff, but it was a chick. And now it's like, she's like Alita the Battle Angel taking on another bitch. That bitch versus this bitch. So, this summer, two bitches fight each other for the ultimate bitch.
what I think is they decided, and listen, the gay community told me this. I didn't tell myself this. They looked at Megan and they looked at the Mithrigan and they looked at the audience for it, and the audience is Gen Z, gays, and women. And they were like, let's just lean into it and let's do some like Britney Spears, hold on to your vagina, we're gonna slay. Like and they're literally, focus groups are like, that's where you should go for.
Yeah, there's an audience for it. Obviously, I guess it made enough money to warrant a sequel, but it ain't my cup of tea though. It ain't my type of sweet tea.
But I thought the first movie fucking sucked. Like, I thought the first movie was,
it.
Oh, dude, it was just an extended goddamn trailer. The whole movie's in the fucking trailer. It's a PG fucking horror movie. It had one funny part in it where she did the TikTok dance. No good kills, no good slasher stuff, no good fucking. It was just a corny fucking Chucky ripoff with a couple good scenes that were all in the trailer. It was fine, it was whatever. But it made a bunch of money, and now they're trying to turn it into fucking T2. They're like, and dude, but what gets me is the audience, like online, people are like, oh my god, it's so smart what they're doing. They're taking a horror movie and making it campy and making it an action movie. I'm like, dude, that was not a fucking horror movie. That was a joke, and it's continuing to be a joke. And now it looks like a sci-fi Sharknado special.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't play like I kind of pop in it. I threw your shit into a bag and pushed it down the stairs. I don't. That's like, it was like, what the fucking Skittle Rainbow Universal bullshit is this? I know it's not Universal. It screamed dumb.
It is Universal.
Is it? Oh, God.
Yeah,
I literally didn't pay attention to what production company it was.
Dude, don't get me wrong. Like whatever you want to like, and I'm happy for people that are excited about it. It's definitely, I'm not the demographic for it, but I keep seeing all these reactions like, oh my god, this is going to be so funny. I don't care. This looks awesome and so entertaining. And I'm like, I just don't get what you people are watching. What I see is absolutely terrible, half-assed, fucking trash entertainment. But they put a little like, we're kidding though, aren't we silly? And everybody's like, you're so fucking silly. I love it. I don't get it.
Well, these are the same. Some of these people are the same ones. Like that Hawk 2 girl is so smart. Jesus Christ. Fuck the patriarchy. She said, put Hawk 2, put some spit on my thing. You heard me? That's so smart. That bitch slays.
She was really likable when she said that too. Not
until she ran her crypto scam.
Yeah, exactly. But that's going to be my next question. I'll put it up for the debate. In the case of Michael Bay, Superman, though, what do you guys feel? Let's see. You guys say a Michael Bay Superman movie would be 41% pretty rad. 41% say pretty rad. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because the thing about Michael Bay is it can go either way. I mean, he really can. I mean, he's made some awesome, amazing stuff, and he's made like really shallow idiot shit. I mean, like I'm definitely of the demographic of the idiot. I like Transformers. Like, I know it wasn't like meant to be like some kind of like, you know, Academy Award winning story, but a lot of people didn't like a lot of the Michael Bay Transformer movies. But as far as a popcorn flick, just sitting back and having a good time watching a hot girl cut off jeans and a nice body, along with like super badass robots and Shia LaBeouf, good times.
Yeah, dude, I think the reason that I was so positive about it and wanted to put in Almost Touches the Sun is because to me, the idea right in this second is so refreshing to me, because it's like, God, that takes us out of the Gunn versus Snyder thing. And it's like, to me, when I hear that, it feels like, oh, a natural movie. A filmmaker made a movie and it doesn't tie into all this other shit. And that's refreshing to me. But yeah, I think it could have been my butt.
I would say Michael Bay would have a bigger shot at getting like high up on the list if he had someone like Jerry Bruckheimer back in his corner.
Dude, I don't know what their working situation is now. But
I don't know.
So good together.
Dude, when Jerry Bruckheimer and Michael Bay tag teamed The Rock, they tag teamed Sean Connery's old ass. It was great, dude. That was one. I love The Rock, and that was Jerry Bruckheimer. And who did Crimson Tide? That was that Bruckheimer? I can't remember. I thought Michael Bay had something to do with that. Maybe I was wrong.
I always get those confused as to which one's which.
But I know The Rock. I know that was a Jerry Bruckheimer film with. I think Michael Bay directed it. I think. God damn, when I talk and then all I hear is the clicky clack of the keyboard, I literally think I'm going to get turned down for a fucking bank loan.
You think it's frustrating? Hey, try doing the show and typing all the shit at the same time. Trust me, it's way more frustrating than having.
I would make a lot of like errors on the keyboard, but I'd still do it.
I wish you would. Please do. You son of a bitch. You thankless. You got this whore.
Liar, whore.
You got the son of a bitch. I just put the Mithrigan trailer up in the tier list questionnaire to see where you guys rank it. Personally, I rank the Mithrigan 2.0 trailer. Sucks my butt, Steve.
Blu-ray Addict says Jerry Bruckheimer was a producer on Crimson Tide.
Oh, there you go. He's almost a producer of everything that he does on Michael Bay. But by the way, Jay, the Mithrigan trailer. Where do you rank it tier list wise? Where do you think that movie's going to be?
Oh, for me personally,
just you personally,
a bag of dildos in a hot summer day.
So sucks my butt, Steve.
It's awful. Yeah,
me too.
Like, yeah, it's hanging on the old colon cavity of Steve. It's nasty.
Jelly beans, I understand. I think we don't need a poll. We think it's not great. But dude, if you look online, people are like, "Oh my fucking god, movie of summer."
I think personally, and again, obviously you said we're not the demographic for it, so I don't want to shit on it too much because it's not made for me. It's not. I mean, if the people love it, they love it. Like, that's cool. But I mean, it just looks like some like real baseline brain dead shit. That just I wonder how much they paid for that fucking movie.
$9.99.
They paid what?
$9.99 and a spicy chicken sandwich.
All right, Target. It was a great store. No, I really want to know what their budget is for that movie.
I agree. Let's get to you guys. Cinder Roth. Remember 3 months. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, thanks, Cinder Roth.
Thanks, buddy. Chalice and Loomis want to go to the strip club for Pride Month. We could bring Michael and get him laid. Maybe we bump into Owsley and his mother, of course. Hopefully.
Yes, Michael Myers and Chalice can go around and watch men in their skimpy underwear with their dingle dangles out, and they'd probably be excited. I, on the other hand, have things to do that don't involve tallywhackers floating in the sun. All right, I don't care. I'm not gonna go be a part of that. That's great. That's wonderful. You go do your thing. Don't ever ask me that question again, Cineroth. Moronic. That's what you're gonna sound like after Pride Month. Sluppy.
Yeah, you bet. On Pride Month, buddy.
Pride Month. Yes.
Yes, I do. I've never declined an invitation. Wouldn't now. Listen, you go to the strip club for Pride Month. Great time. Great time. You go to a ladies' club for Pride Month. Ladies, great time. Beautiful visuals. You're not taking anything home. But you go to a men's Pride Month. Very good chance you're taking something home. All right. It's like a video rental store. All right. Everyone's free to rent. Doesn't really matter your late fees, your situation. Very easy to take a videotape home. And Chalice would say, I'm a doctor. They've made a lot of advancements in doctoral technologies. And yes, we should celebrate Pride Month no matter what your diction is or where you want to put your diction.
Dick is the key word, and he wants it in his mouth.
Yeah. By the way, Darth, thank you, Cineroth, by the way. It was really awesome of you, dude. Darth Denamario 80, he says online, Megan budget is 12 million. That's pretty good for them. If it's only 12 million, you know it's going to make bank. You know that movie's going to make bank.
Actually, I want you truly to shut the fuck up.
Except,
I truly
Jesus
want
Christ,
you to
Wang, it's just a game. It's just a game, Wang.
It's the shape of a black helmet. Listen, no, I cut my own hair today. All right, so I cut my own hair. That's why. No. So like, I haven't finished cutting it though. Like, I just started. Like, I just cut the sides, and like it looks terrible right now. I gotta finish trimming it up a little bit. So yeah, the back is not great. Also, I'm balding, but like, yeah. So fuck you guys. Shut up.
I'm balding up here. I'm fine back here.
I got one of those heads. Every time I cut my fucking hair, I see people in the chat like, I got a haircut. I'm like, how do you notice? Normally, nobody notices when somebody gets a haircut, but I feel like whenever I get a haircut, everybody's like,
you got that fade. Because you got that fade. You got that vanilla ice fade on the side.
I guess so. I got to finish it, but I appreciate it. I look very 2000s. I'll take that as a compliment, pal.
Yeah,
I will. Gary McDonald says, King of the Hill actor Jonathan Joss was
I
shot
heard
dead
about
by
that.
A neighbor very sad. Dude, that's a crazy story.
There was a lot of crazy shit going on with that whole thing. It was really awful. Really, really sad stuff. And that was crazy because we just watched the King of the Hill trailer last live stream.
Dude, I know. I thought that the next day. I was like, damn. Like,
yeah.
Dude, that happens to us so often. Like, obviously not making light of anything because that's a very, very dark story. But like, I cannot tell you. This is like the 4th time in like the past 6 months where someone's brought up something completely fucking random. Val Kilmer was one. I can't remember who else, but there was a couple other ones. It gets brought up in the live stream, and then 2 days later, it's in the news. Somebody died. Gene Hackman was one of them. Someone randomly was like, "I love Gene Hackman," and we're like, "Me too." And then like he died.
Yeah.
Got that death touch. Death touch.
The other night we watched the King of the Hill trailer, and then by the way, that story is twisted, dude. Like, who knows? Obviously,
there's a lot of stuff coming out about that, about what happened in that particular instance, but it sounds pretty rough. I don't. It's awful. But
human beings involved, and it's a heartbreaking situation, regardless.
Yeah, Gary says stop bringing people up. I know for sure, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Show
Michael Jordan.
Show us.
Oh fuck!
What the hell is a Dimmack? Death touch.
If something happens to Michael Jordan this week, I will never stream again.
I'll
swear
stream.
to God. I don't watch. I don't care. We're the new final.
I like Shaquille O'Neal, and he's fun. He's got Shaq-a-roni.
Stop! No, don't do it. Don't do it. Boot Scoot Boogie. Listen to you while I work out. Love you guys.
Hey, thank you, Boot Scoot Boogie.
I wish I could say the same, that we were talking to you while we work out, but Jay's working out right now. Did you know that was so clearly in the camera view?
I literally didn't. I'm slightly embarrassed about it. I look like a fucking like scientist poring over like a new invention in his lab. I was like, yes, one more drop of this, and the magic of liquor will be born.
That was so bad. It was like, yeah,
because I fucked up,
and you're like,
yeah, I fucked up. I was trying not to get all the foam on top, but it is Pride Month, so whatever. A little foam on top.
Fucking, that's some kismet shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I know, it's so dumb. Let's just ignore it. Let's just move on from it.
You think if you were cooking meth, you'd been like,
yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be replacing Jesse in Breaking Bad, the new renewal. Are they going to do a new like season of Breaking? I heard something about Breaking Bad.
I hope not. Let it go. It was fine the way it was. I fucking hope not. Dude, Lee.
Hey man, fuck you, Jesus Christ! It's stuck in the back of my throat. That's what she said.
That's what happens. Jay took you all the way in, and we appreciate you, Lee. You're fucking too kind to us, brother.
Thank you, man.
There's nothing to say except for thank you. My sexy motherfuckers, we are going to party like we never partied, like my friend did with AI. Hey, check out that sexy looking Lee in AI. I don't give a fuck if it's A or not. He looks good.
Well, that's sweet, man.
Hey, Chalice, bring a chair. We're going to tie Loomis to it and give him what he always wanted, a wiener party.
I've seen the goddamn Pulp Fiction, you dirty, disgusting whore. You'll never take me alive, Lee. Go back and play with your own wiener in your monster truck.
The thing is, when you try to tie Loomis down, okay, try to do it many times before. Usually it's in a crowd of women, because he's so. Listen, you try to go out with your friend. You try to take him out for a good time. It's Friday night. You're at Applebee's. You're having a couple shooters. And you're having some of the Brutuses, the old school big Brutuses. And you're having a good time. And you're saying, hey, these girls over here. Charles is not that country. Excuse me. These girls over here are looking for a good time. And I'm trying to show my friend Loomis here a good time. And you bring him over to the table. And the ladies are having a nice time. They're like, are you weird? And I'm like, yeah, I'm weird. And then they're into it. But then this son of a bitch starts thinking he sees Michael in the window. We're sitting
because he's in the window. He follows me.
We're eating boneless buffalo wings at Applebee's. And this son of a bitch is like,
Michael!
And I'm like, did you guys know I'm a doctor? And they're like, oh, that's so hot. You must make so much money. And I'm like, I will literally check your sinuses with my dick. And then he's like,
COVID.
I checked Michael's sinuses once. And I'm like, that's disgusting. No women want to hear that. It's hard to get him laid. It is. You literally have to tie him down sometimes and then put your wiener in his mouth.
Your Valtrex prescription is running low. Shut up.
By the way, I will. Chris says, no. He just sucked my ballsack.
Maybe suck my ballsack.
I don't know.
Maybe you can suck my ballsack.
Hey, Chris, I gotta say, I like your confidence. You just walked into a crowded room and were like, "Suck my ballsack." Any takers?
Maybe
you gotta shoot your shot.
Somebody here can suck my ballsack.
Gene Simmons said it. You know, look, he's like, "Look how ugly I am." If you ask 100 women to sleep with you, at least one's gonna say yes. You never know.
Thank you, man.
Hey, thank you, Lieb.
Thank you, dude. You're the
Thank
best.
you, man.
Kyle said, "I'm drunk." Well, we know.
I'm getting there.
We know, Kyle.
I'll get
Everyone
there with
knows. The whole county knows, Kyle. Like, honey, you think KFC's still open? Michael Parton said, "Happy Pride Month, Michael J. Happy Pride Month to you, Michael. Happy Pride Month." I'm booking us tickets to go on a gay cruise. So I'm not going for a week where we'll have nothing but relaxation and fun in the sun with each other. Now, it's where you said with each other. Like, I'm all good for a nice sun basking. Okay. A nice sun basking. But the way you put that, I'm not sure that's allowed in the Geneva Convention for men who don't actually like to fuck dudes. But I appreciate that you do. And I honor your celebration.
No, but I've been on a really big boat. I'll have to decline your invitation. That's my boat.
That sounds like a real good time.
That's my boat. I told you, if you ever became a shrimp boat captain, I'd come and be your first mate. Well, I'm a man of my word. Here I am. But don't be thinking I'll suck your cock. No, sir.
That's what you do. You go to gay clubs, you're like, "Hey man, happy Pride Month. You want me to suck your dick? I'm straight, but I will because I appreciate you."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, okay." And then you have to. You thought they were going to say no,
Yeah.
but they said yes.
By the way, I was I don't know. Well, I guess
By the way, true story.
No,
That reminded me of last week.
I was actually trying to do a quick distraction because I thought I had a booger coming out of my nose, but I didn't. It's all good. It was just a Coke. It was just a
Michael Parton's cum.
Yeah, that's what it was. She sucked the raw. I will say there was an AI trailer I was going to let us all watch. I think we're good with it too because it's Arkham Asylum. Someone just made it. It was set in the 1970s.
Where do you come from with this random shit, man? Like
because
Lee's up and you're like, by the way, I want to show you guys Rambo 7.
Because people like it. And by the way, we were bringing it up because Lee's PFP was an AI. So I thought, hey, AI, there we go.
By the way, I've been secretly saving AI trailers, like embarrassing ones, to watch together because I think that would be a really fun fucking show. Yeah, I have, but I didn't just blurt it out in the middle of a live stream, Jay. How about that? I was saving it for me.
Why don't you take the tampon out of your crack? That'd be great. That'd be great.
What's the video? Are you there's no music in it? There's no bad music.
No, I don't even want to play it.
No, stop it, you little fucking Nancy. Quit it.
No.
Just give me the fucking video.
No.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
I will give it to you.
Give it to me right now.
I was like, come on, please let me see it. I was like, all right, well, if you insist, I'll let you see it.
I'm sure it's a good size.
Okay, so somebody made this. It was the hold on. So the channel is Sunbite AI. It's not guy. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers. It's Batman Arkham Asylum 1970s horror movie. And, like, it actually looks pretty damn good, honest to God. If this was like legitimately coming out, it'd be fucking huge, dude. But Warner Brothers would never have the balls to do this, anything like it.
I like to legitimately come out on you.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Back shots.
See, no. So, by the way, so you're saying this is a good thing? Like you're on AI's side, is what you're saying? Like you appreciate AI?
What I do like about AI, if it's used appropriately as a tool, like this could give concepts to people, and if you were able to pitch this to like a boardroom of people and be like, "This is what I'm fucking talking about," and using it that way.
Mine was like, let's watch these terrible, awful AI videos and laugh at them. But you're saying like this is good. Like you like
no, I thought it was
so
legitimately.
You support AI and you think that AI is good and that should steal all the artists' money.
Hey, buddy, I might have been born yesterday, but I wasn't born last night. Stop gaslighting me, motherfucker. I don't need to go into the goddamn details about why I think this concept is
Batman
good.
Arkham Asylum brought to you by AI supporter Jay.
Jay supports Skynet. Okay. It's the next big thing.
I can't hear it. Why can't
Hiding in Gotham's darkest corner lies a house of madness. And tonight, all hell has broken loose.
I think it looks pretty cool.
Welcome to Arkham Asylum, where the walls drip fear and the night never ends.
Right up the old butt.
Dude, it kind of reminds me of one of those House on Haunted Hill videos when people's faces were like,
yeah. Well, Michael Parton, the 1950s trailer, it does look like more like 50s, but
Dude, that looks like George Clooney mixed with Adam West. That's fucking weird. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it does. I didn't notice that. Yeah, it does.
Arkham Asylum.
I'm gay.
Around every corner, a new way to die.
It's a completely different fucking Batman. that was a different Batman.
But for some reason I don't know if it's because when they prompt it and they try to put it together and edit it together, like if the AI just spits out different versions of it in that time frame, so it doesn't look the same. It's not.
That makes sense. Yeah. Oh. It's still the pattern. You just threw it
here with the worst of the worst. One.
She looks like Carrie Mulligan.
She does. That sounded scary. Is that Adam? Mike's just Adam West and George Clooney. Yeah. So other people are seeing it too.
This is disgusting. Where is her personal tape so I can burn it and get rid of it?
One man stands between order and total anarchy.
Order?
I don't think Poison Ivy.
One man with nothing.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that looks like some Star Trek, the original series shit.
Yeah, she looks like the Jolly Green Giants like side hooker.
Yeah, they went to like the dollar store and got a bunch of like green flecks from St. Patrick's Day, put it on her face.
Left to lose, except his mind.
And his virginity.
Trapped inside, no help.
Orville Redenbacher is very upset.
Yeah.
I like the sign says Arkham Doctor.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? It's so crazy how far it's come because back a few months ago, like the AI, if they were prompting it for these kind of trailers and videos, the AI couldn't spell the words.
Oh, yeah, that's bad about that.
Yeah, it's crazy the detail that it's being able to do right now.
I'm like, we watched the movie and it's in a logo and it's like, smush.
Yeah,
that's not what I said.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sight.
Victor Zsasz. I'd love to see Victor Zsasz. I'd love to see him.
It looks like John Malkovich.
Yeah, it kind of does. But yeah, Victor Zsasz would be awesome in a live action movie.
Experience the terrifying new motion picture event.
That's when you're at your kid's 5th birthday party and like you got drunk and embarrassed yourself, but you're trying to make up for it. So you're like, no, seriously, I got a clown.
The circus show is coming. I promise.
Arkham Asylum.
You know what? You hear the music and the way that it's kind of like the boom, 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 boom. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of something like John Carpenter. Imagine John Carpenter directing this in the 70s on a low super budget.
Dude, I watched Running Man for the first time the other night. Dude, you could have told me that John Carpenter directed that, and I totally would have believed you. That feels like a John Carpenter movie.
With Arnold?
Yeah, the original. I mean, it's dead on a fucking Carpenter flick.
One night, one nightmare you don't wake up from.
That looks like shit.
It does. And so does a lot of CGI, so.
Outnumbered, outgunned.
Look at the rain on
out
his
of time.
I don't mind.
Look, he's like, nobody can see me.
This fall, the Dark Knight faces his greatest challenge.
Dude, he is so George Clooney right there.
I know, and his suit's all fucked up. That's pretty badass.
That is so fucking George Clooney.
And the true madness begins.
Oh, damn.
His eyes, yeah, the eyes are pretty bad. Like,
also, his shirt looks like a fucking sweater from.
Yeah, it did look like yeah, the AI didn't get that one. They're like, no, so we're thinking like a father that came home in the 1950s that's reading to his children. So we'll go with that.
The logo here looks like a fake trailer at the beginning of Tropic Thunder. It's like Arkham Asylum again. Again.
I think
Batman, Arkham Asylum.
I think as a
check
concept,
your sanity.
Good.
Dude, there was some cool fucking shit in there.
He says, check your sanity at the door. That's a great tagline. But by the way, somebody asked who made this. The channel's name is Sunset AI, I think is the channel name. So did a good job. Great with prompts.
There was no doubt some cool ass shit in there. Honestly, the introductions to those characters were way better than what they did with the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
as AI.
Like, again, I think that if you were able, like moving forward with AI, that's exactly what I would do. I would use AI in that way to like present it as a concept for like investors. Like, because you could put in a prompt. Obviously, I wouldn't say let's replace actors and all this whatever. I would just use it as a tool to present like ideas to potential investors.
Like dude, I think there's actually good stuff about it for people who like. I think if companies can afford to pay artists to do things, and they decide to use AI instead, that's evil corporate greed, and they should suck a fuck. But I think if people who don't have the otherwise means and they want to get their vision out there and they don't have enough money to do it, just as a exemplary thing, I think it's cool. Like I actually like, people will not like that take because it's in the middle. Obviously, you have to hate it or think that you need to give your wife and children to it in this day and age we live right now. But I think there's good and bad things about AI.
I'm gonna create a production company called Cyberdyne Systems Model 101 because it makes it like JI. I was like, I'm not like, you fuckers are like, I'm not saying like let's replace people with the AI. I'm just saying I think if you use it effectively, it can be a tool for good. Rather than like, but people like doomsday cult it all the time. Fuck it, it's awful. Like people are having fun on Twitter using that like that little AI thing to make like people into cartoons or whatever. And I don't know what the fuck it was, but everybody's losing their shit on it. Like people that were mad.
On the flip side of that, let's watch this. Okay. On the flip side of that, for the good side of AI, just like some fun ideas and whatever, like Jay just showed us, this would be the bad side of AI. And I have not watched this yet, but this trailer, I was saving this. This trailer, actually, someone put this on Facebook. Where, no offense if you're on Facebook, I am too. But can we be honest? Facebook is where all the stupidest fucking people in the world are too. Like also, like the most gullible fucking dummies. And I'm not saying everybody's dumb that shared it, but like there's a lot of dummies on Facebook. We can all agree about that. Anyways, this came out and I literally had people in real life coming up to me like, hey, did you see the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street trailer? And I'm like, what? And they told me Millie Bobby Brown. I was like, oh, that was a Facebook 4K or a Facebook AI. This tricked thousands of people.
Dude,
this thing has 601,000 views on
That's
it.
crazy. I know KH Studio, the guy that put it out, or that's on his channel.
So I think that's gross, dude. I think when they settle this, when they put this shit out there as real and confuse people, like stop being a dick.
Yeah, that's when it's a problem. But yeah,
let's see how realistic. Let's judge this together. I haven't watched it yet.
Nancy, can you hear me, Nancy?
Nancy.
I know you can hear me.
This morning, in the small town of Springwood High School, senior Nancy disappeared.
Like
the police discovered claw marks on her pillow.
Yeah, this is AI.
If you're watching, it's already too late.
That voice sucks.
Nancy. Now you're in my show, baby.
Awful.
They won't find you, Nancy. You're already in the dream.
That looks pretty good.
In a video game, that would look cool, but not in a fucking movie.
No, I still think that, yeah, but I like the more demonic look of Freddy. Like the best Freddy Krueger ever looked was in Freddy versus Jason when he was pissed off. When he came up out of the water to beat up on Jason, he looked badass. Like he had the demon look on him.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, but that's obviously, I mean, but like, honest to God, though, like just a quick little thing here. Everybody's like, dude, give CG a break. Everything can't be special effects. Like the more and more that moviegoers accept the shitty CG that's in the Godzilla Kong movies and shit like that, the more and more AI is going to get accepted as well. Because that looks like shitty CG, just the fucking same.
By the way, in my opinion, yeah, it does. I will say Demon Freddy, and then the next best look that Freddy Krueger ever had was, might be unpopular, but Nightmare on Elm Street 2. When he had the more witch look.
And that was practical effects.
Yeah, that looked amazing. Yeah.
Fucking badass. But yeah, keep blowing smoke up bad CGI and be like, you're asking for too much, and you're gonna get AI. That's what's gonna happen.
Have you ever felt like someone is watching you?
No, never. Wow. Yeah.
Movies have gotten so bad that people thought this was real.
That's
like,
like, dude,
that's sad,
that's when I look like when I have a lemon head. Straight up, same thing.
No, that's what it looks like when I'm hungover and I still refuse to drink any water.
Yeah, that looks like a butthole in prison after several use.
Even when you're alone.
He looks good.
And then you start hearing his voice. And you're in another reality.
Sounds awful.
It's just a dream. But every time
that's from the remake.
No, because I think it was right. I think what they've done, they've used obviously some AI in the trailer, but I think they've just edited scenes from Stranger Things into like the Jackie R. Haley movie.
Yeah.
To make
that's
it blend.
definitely from the remake.
time it ends in a nightmare. He says there's nowhere for me to run. That he's
There's nowhere for me to run from the Criskets.
Yeah,
always been here.
that's AI.
I only take those who fear me. And you're afraid, Nancy.
You can try, but you won't succeed.
Time to
That's
say
from the remake.
goodnight, baby.
Yeah, they're using a lot of the remake footage.
That's the voice from the remake. That's literally the logo shot.
Well, you know, and here's the thing about that. I could actually see them casting Millie Bobby Brown to be Nancy in that movie.
Yeah.
I could totally see them doing it. And I mean, you know, it actually does. It kind of sucks for Jackie Earle Haley because people do shit on for good reason on that remake. But Jackie Earle Haley wasn't a bad Freddy. It was just really bad. It was a terrible fucking story. And then on top of that, Jackie Earle Haley looked like a burnt weasel with the special effects on his face.
Dude, not just that, but like, and nobody ever talks about this, but Kyle Gallner and what's her name?
I don't know, John.
She was in the Dragon Tattoo movie. Dude, she's been in so much shit. Who was the actress in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake? Oh my god, I love her. She's great in a bunch of shit that she's in.
Chat'll 100%. No.
Yeah, I'm waiting for someone in the chat to help me.
Tell us the answer. Cheat sheets.
Mar Rooney was really good. I think she was a great Nancy. Completely different than Heather Longcamp's version of it. But she was a great actress. Nobody knew it yet, but she was. When you go back and rewatch that movie, she handled that well, and so did Kyle Gallner. And they both proved themselves afterwards. They were underratedly. They had perfect leads for that. They had a lot of stuff going for them in that movie. They just fucked it up because Freddy was not Freddy. Great voice, terrible look.
Yeah, and you know, Robert Englund had a really good point when they were asking him about whether or not, like, what he felt about how the remake didn't live up to snuff. And he actually made sense. He's like, well, the problem with that movie is he didn't really comment on whether the movie was good or bad, but he said that they released a Blu-ray set of Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger right before that movie came out. So he said a whole generation of kids that had never seen or knew anything about me really now they get to have access to that, and then so immediately they're going to compare it. So it was a really bad marketing ploy by New Line.
Yeah. And even if that wasn't the case, I still think it would have went bad. But the movie still made a ton of money. Even then.
And now it's trapped in Wes Craven's estate forever.
Yes. I hope they get it out. I can't get it out. So what was the last poll that we had going on for the ever-going thing? The Mithrigan 2.0 trailer looks. The crowd agrees with us. Dude, I love you guys. I love you guys so fucking much. Sucks my butt, Steve. 58%. Mithrigan.
Tyler Adams says Jackie sucked. Look, I think that Jackie Earle Haley is a good actor. I feel like what sucked really was the story was bad and the CG effects on his face was awful. And then also the one thing I hated about that movie too is like they made him too much of a victim. Like you almost felt bad for him. I mean, he's a terrible human being. Like Freddy Krueger is an awful human being. Like he's scum. But I feel like it felt like they were trying to make him like, oh, poor me. I don't know. It came off bad.
Yeah. And you guys agree on the Megan trailer of Mithrigan 2.0. It sucks my butt, Steve. Guys, that makes me so happy. Because I felt like I was going crazy on the internet. Because everything I saw on the internet was like, this is going to rock shit. I'm so fat. Day one, slay. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys watching? This is awful movie making. This is terrible shit.
Yeah. You guys are badass because you agree with us. Fuck yeah. That's why you guys are my #1 fans. Fuck my haters.
Exactly. Even though you did it in the Corey Feldman voice, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. If you agree with me, then I love you.
Yeah, dude. I gotta stop doing that. Like it get caught in your brain. Like
it'll get stuck. I gotta take a pee. I gotta take a pee, man.
Michael says I'm gay and I hate it. What?
Oh yeah, because it seems like, and I'm not just saying like it's just like the gay community likes it. I mean, I'm just saying like just what I saw on Twitter. We are at oh my god, dude, look at this. Good old Sutter Gillette's in here.
Hey Sutter. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Gillette. Oh, you missed out on the last part with me. It says, you guys drinking whiskey and grilling steak fajitas. Hope you all are doing well. Let us drink till our livers be pickled and dicks be tickled. Cheers.
That's it.
Cheers to you, pal.
That should be on a Hallmark card. I think so, Sutter.
I had steak tacos yesterday, Sutter. I miss you, buddy. It's good to see you again. If you want to catch up from there, Jay, I got to tinkle.
Okay.
Right back.
Okay. I think we read that, but I am getting there. We have, it was the boogeyman. Had to fix my motorcycle flat, so 7-Eleven for dinner. Be careful. Be careful, but it could be worse. You could be eating a nothing burger, but 7-Eleven's fine. It's okay. But thank you. It was the Boogeyman. Dean Kareem says, made it to Starcade 97 in my Monday Night War rewatch, and I forgot how underwhelming the finish was. Went downhill after the Thunder show debuted. 100%. I remember when Thunder, just so if you guys aren't familiar, he's talking about WCW in the heyday, when Monday Nitro was kicking ass for a while, and then they went down. They tried to expand too quickly too. Storylines were getting really stale, but when they did Thursday night, when they did Thunder, I agree with you, dude. I think Thunder sucked. I hated Thunder. I thought the production value was shit. I thought it was boring. I thought the stories were stale. I agree. But thank you, Dean. CG. Okay, I'll let him read that one. Mason K. Rumors of Dodgeball 2. Would you all be interested? I mean, yeah, I mean that maybe if they've been dodging sequels all their career, but we'll see. Could it work? Yeah, but would they be as raunchy and crazy with the sequel, with the comedy? I don't know. That's we actually talked about that a little bit with Happy Gilmore, whether or not they were going to pull the trigger on some of the comedy in that particular movie because it's not the same time. I don't know. Dodgeball 2, isn't Vince Vaughn like blacklisted? Like they don't like him.
He made a nice little comeback. I don't know if it's just the world and the way that things are turning, but he's made a nice little comeback, dude. He's in a new show on Netflix. He's doing pretty good. Yeah.
Here's for you.
I saw that CJ sheet. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I know the band Crossfade. Like, you remember?
I thought he was talking about your hair, like a fading crossfade.
I don't know if a crossfade's like a thing, but like, you remember the band? How's the song go?
Crisscross.
No, the Crossfade song. Fuck, dude. Someone tell me in the chat. I know the song. I saw them live just to see them play that song. Oh yeah, thank you, D. Mitch. I said, I never meant to be so cold. Never. You remember that?
No, I don't know what that
what
is.
I really meant to say.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry for the way.
Is that when they were one hit wonder?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. We literally saw them in like a shitty, like small bar in Lexington, and they played their whole set. And me and Katie were sitting at a table watching. And then at the end of the set, they go, "All right, here's the song you all came to see."
Yeah.
Begrudgingly played it last.
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't want to trick our audiences to get them into the door with your shitty originals. Well, I wrote Hole in a Half, and I'm proud of shit as I wrote it. Darth Demaria.
Crossfade means drunk and high. I'm not high.
It's all right. Best to worst movies with Jay and Silent Bob. Thank you also for being a member of 3 months. It's very nice of you. Best to worst movies with Jay and Silent Bob.
That's a lot.
Best movie right off the bat. It's probably going to be like, well, yeah, because if you're going to focus on just Jay and Silent Bob, it'll be Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back since they're in the entire movie. I mean, that's just. And then next from that, it would be Dogma. Then it would be Mallrats and Clerks. But I mean, I know there's more because we could go through them all, but that's a lot. That's a huge list.
Yeah. So hang on.
Chasing Amy's on that list too, but they're barely in that movie.
Movies with Jay and Silent Bob. There's Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2. Yeah, there's a whole lot. But I guess
just do your top 4. That's the easiest.
My number 1 would be Mallrats.
Oh.
My number 2, not movies overall, but just Jay and Silent Bob performances.
Yeah.
I would go Mallrats. I would go Clerks. I would go Clerks 2. And then I would go the reboot since it was more focused on them and it had a great Ben Affleck moment that I liked. That's what I'll go with just off the top of my head.
It's very sexual. I like Dogma when they were like, I know they were just little kids, but we kicked their fucking ass.
Or when he thought that she was going to bang him when they met up with the girl.
Yeah. Was that Strike? Oh, no. Yeah. The daughter of Christ in the Dogma. Matthew Hayes, member for 9 months. Thank you, dude. Says, had the most lame injury. I messed up my neck bad just watching Friendship in theaters. 8 out of 10, by the way. What's y'all's lamest injury suffered? Wham fam for life. Happy Pride Month, gays. Hey, appreciate you, dude.
Love you, gays.
Appreciate all the gays for show.
Love you guys. I'm one myself sometimes.
The lamest injury I've only had 2 that I only had 2 actual injuries that I had to go to the hospital. I had my knee stitched up, and then I broke my collarbone. That was probably the lamest one. because this is going to sound really bad if you don't know the context, but Mike, Cody, my brother, and I were wrestling on the bed when
we were like
kids.
12.
Yeah, we were kids. We were like 12, but we were wrestling around. And then I rolled over on my side and I said timeout. I clearly said timeout. I know I heard it from my lips and no one heard me. And somebody, I don't know if it was Mike or Cody, decided to kick me in my back, and I flew off the bed and I hit the ground and I popped my collarbone up, and I ran to my room because I was like, I'm okay. I jumped up like that and I was like, oh my God, I knew something bad was wrong. And I ran into my room and I dive bombed into my bed, threw my arm into the pillow and was like, it's just a knot. It's just a bruise. It's a knot. That's all it is. And I start touching it and it was like, oh my God, that's hard. That's what she said. And I could push it in. It was going. And I went in to get Mom.
Jay ran around the house going, "Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!"
I ran to my room. Then I walked into where the kitchen was. Mom was there, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, I think something's wrong." And she's like, "Oh my Lord!" And she's like, "Larry, I gotta take this boy to the hospital. He's broke his collarbone." I was like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't." Because as soon as she said, I never had a broken bone, but that was probably the most lamest injury I've ever had.
Yeah, I've had plenty of lame injuries. Last week, I literally had to get a sub for me in volleyball because I went golfing and I missed the ball and I turned my back so hard that I literally pulled my back and was hurt for a week. So I probably had lamer injuries, but the most egregious one was prom night when I was 17. We were at a field party and everybody's like, this dude was like, I bet $10 nobody can break this barn door. So like people were taking turns punching the barn door. And I took a running start, and this is again the after party from prom. Took a running start, punched as hard as I could, man. Gave it all I had, and immediately just no give whatsoever. Didn't think anything of it. Didn't realize until after I punched it, the barn door was that thick of wood. So I was just basically punching concrete. Went back and sat on a truck bed of somebody's truck, picked up a beer, opened it up, and someone went, "Dude, look at your fucking hand." And I looked down at my hand, dude, and it was immediately black, and these two fingers, you probably can't see it there, the two scars I have right here, these two fingers were down here, and that's where my knuckles were. And the next morning I had to drive myself to, I'd have 2 surgeries to replace it from punching a stupid door, not even out of anger. I was just trying to be like, I could break the barn door.
I fought the wood and the wood fought back. It was terrible.
Don't mess with the wood.
Proper, thank you so much, says Red Lobster steak and lobster, especially with the shrimp scampi. It is top tier. Yeah, Red Lobster is good. The Cheddar Bay biscuits are the best. I mean, that's really what everybody goes for. I think Red Lobster overall is pretty expensive. It's not like it's bad, but it's really pricey.
And we went there for Christmas Day. We went there as a family. Just we went to a movie and went there, and everything on that menu. This is going to be the old man in me is going to come out. Red Lobster's fine. I wouldn't call it good, but dude, it is really it's like TV dinner seafood, but everything on that menu is so full of sodium. You're begging for a heart attack when you eat anything from Red Lobster. It is so bad for you.
Yeah, it's like the Morton salt can comes out and fuck you in the butt. That's how bad.
Yeah, dude.
I know. Tim McChickens, thank you so much, says, can Slenderman and Corey Feldman tell us how the story of the Met Subway? Now that's a true horror story. So I was in there and me was making a sandwich, and here walks this guy that say he's a rock star. I'm like, but we know you from films, from the elders. Won't you eat one of them Goonie boys? Won't you one of them Goonies? And that's what it was. But then I was like, no, man, that was decades ago. You got to start listening to my new albums, Despicable Deborah. That's like the hottest thing right now. I'm the comeback kid, don't you know? This is the comeback sandwich shop. Because I thought you guys were dead. No, we ain't there. We still very much in business, but your career might be so if you keep this up. Wow, man, what a rude thing to say. I'm going to tweet about it. You're part of the wolf pack. Fuck you. Yeah, that's it.
That was good, dude. That was good.
D. Mitch, thank you so much, says Desert Island actor. You can only watch one actor's movies for the rest of your life. Who you got, fellas? Ooh.
Jim Carrey.
For the rest of your life?
Rest of my life. I would go Arnold. It'd be between Arnold and Jim Carrey, but dude, if that's all I got the rest of my life, I need that serotonin boost. I need that happiness. It's Jim Carrey.
I swear to God, dude, I'm actually shocked that you didn't do Ron Reynolds.
I love Ron Reynolds, but dude, he's no Jim Carrey. No one's a Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's the funniest man that's ever walked planet Earth. I don't care what anybody says. He is to me.
If I could only watch, man,
If I was gonna jerk off to one dude for the rest of my life, it'd probably be Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that's. I mean, couldn't go wrong. Man, on the spot, I know it's not going to make sense, but
I agree. Say Tom Hardy.
No, Robin Williams.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, only because I think Robin Williams has a lot more. He doesn't just have like straight up comedies. He can blend it. Like Robin Williams was amazing at blending drama and comedy.
That's a great question, D. Mitch.
Really
a lot of people say Adam Sandler, dude. I would get so fucking sick. I love Adam
couldn't.
Sandler, but I would get so sick of him after a while.
There'd be like 2 movies on repeat. It'd be Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, and then the rest of it, like,
You turn it on like year 3, and he'd be like, Medulla. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's only so much you could take.
Why are you guys so mad at me? I'm the devil's son.
Like, I couldn't do little Nicky shit. Get the fuck out of here.
He called the shit poop.
Yeah. So it would be Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore on repeat. Michael Parton.
Papa said be a goth. Shut up, dude. You're fucking lying.
Y'all boys meet me in the back in the barn so we can saddle up our horses. Yeehaw! I can't do that. I can't ride a horse, Michael. I'm not gonna be there. Sorry.
Oh, it was Michael. I didn't realize that. Now I know what he meant. I thought he was just talking about horses.
Just say, hey, when he says I love you, just say thank you.
I thought we were here to ride horses. Why is this guy?
Hey, Mercutio became a new member. Holy fuck, dude! Thank you, man.
I think he was before. Maybe just like
holy shit, Mercutio! Come on, man. Keep the repeat going. He also says, thank you so much. Also says, I'm cautiously optimistic about Superman, but excited to take my 4-year-old grandniece to see your first Superman movie. Yeah, that's a good attitude to have.
Hey, dude. And that's, man, can I say something? That's can I get on a soapbox for a second?
Mm-hmm.
That's what gets lost in all this. Okay. That's what gets lost in all this. Like, oh, fucking, it has to suck because I love Snyder. Oh, fucking, if it's good, that means Snyder sucks. So I can't, like, dude. It's a Superman movie. If it's awesome, it's going to be so many kids' first introduction to Superman.
True.
And like, if it's a great movie, it's good for fucking all of us, right? Like, that's all that fucking matters. We're all so stupid with our internet hatred for each other. I hope it fucking rules.
Yeah,
but I have questions.
I do too. I hope it's awesome. But yeah, like that's a good way to look at it. Taking your 4-year-old grandniece to go see it, because at the end of the day, they're comic book movies. I mean, they're comic book superheroes. We have Joe Valentine. How about a Rob Zombie TCM movie? Rob Zombie plus Leatherface equal fire. Yeah, I think he could handle it. I think he could do it with his sweaty crack out, with his goddamn dirty lice in his beard. I think Rob Zombie is now. I think Rob Zombie is the man for the job when it comes to TCM.
Everybody keeps saying that. I think you're fucking wrong. I think you're wrong, Jay. Specifically,
I think he can do it. I think he can do it now.
No, Rob Zombie, stay the hell away from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Rob Zombie needs to go back and do some original shit and prove that he can make a good film without it being just full of just dumb, weird rape sequences and shit, and make a good film. Like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre has a chance to be a really good film. It's not all about blood and guts and grossness and redneck shit. They can make a great Texas Chainsaw movie. You know exactly what you're going to get if Rob Zombie does it.
Well, I think that
it's every other Rob Zombie film. Why do we want that?
I think if Rob Zombie worked within a frame, like in some kind of framework, like he did with Halloween, it'd be fine. So you can't go too extreme, Rob. You got to stay right here.
But really, there's no framework with TCM because it's real fucked up.
Well, I don't know. I think he'd be all right with it, but yeah. Gary.
Chippo said, Mike, stop.
Yeah. Stop. Witches of Salem too. I can't wait. More of that. How you feel about Roman Reigns playing Akuma in Street Fighter? He's not even Japanese, is he? I didn't know anything about that.
He's not Tanaka. I can tell you that right now.
You are not Japanese. You are not Tanaka. Let's tell me. You see the technique that was what? You're drunk. I have no idea about anything going on with Street Fighter. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat guys, but if he's not Japanese, I don't know. I mean,
dude,
apparently the guy that played Tong Po was not Asian, and they cast him in Kickboxer.
I don't think I support the fuck out of Roman Reigns as a human being. Man overcame cancer and still was an elite wrestler. I support the shit out of him as a human. But from what I've seen of him in the ring, you're gonna have to prove to me he can be a good actor. It's not interesting at all as a wrestler to me.
Yeah, I agree. Christopher Nixon. Hey guys, Jay, I've been a pharmacy tech with Rite Aid for 24 years. Holy shit, dude. Now the company has collapsed. Now I have to find a job. Suggestions? Find Jesus. and he will lead you to a job.
You're a Rite Aid guy.
I was a Rite Aid. I didn't work in the tech or pharmacy tech. I did work in the tech field. It's not that hard. I worked at CVS as a pharmacy tech. CVS is hiring. I mean, if you got 24 years fucking experience, and I'm sure you've been at that long, you've got to be certified. Because I could have been certified, but I couldn't. I was dumb. I hate math. You should you'll get a job easy at CVS, dude. And if you can, everybody wants to get a job as a tech at Costco. But it's always.
Did you hate working at CVS though?
I did.
Didn't you hate it?
I liked the people I worked with, and the customer interaction was okay. But I basically was whoring myself out for bonuses for my boss. She's like push the flu vaccination and push all this stuff because it's going to be great. And I would do all that shit, but she would get the bonuses, and we were also overworked like a motherfucker. Oh,
so you're like Fauci, you sick fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did it for $1. I did it, but I also had a good job where she would let me miss some days where I was hungover. She knew I was hungover.
Sometimes she was the reason you were hungover.
That's true. She was. We also have Jeremy Shelley saying, Mike, when you did the review on the new Superman trailer and said when Lex Luthor was pissed, it was you coming real hard. I died laughing, bro. That shit killed me. Love you guys, man.
No, remember when he was like, oh, you know, that fucking weird fish lens they had? Yeah, dude. Like, hey, man, I hope the movie's great. But, dude, that stupid fish eye lens that they have where everything's like, and their heads are way bigger than the background. That looks like shit. It looks like shit.
Yeah. It's
Jeremy. Thanks, buddy.
Hope it's great, but we don't know. Cinderoth, Wham is the best channel ever. Love you guys. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. You tell him, Steve Dave. Thanks, buddy.
Then right on the heels of that, we have Jonathan Clancy. I left Dave McCrae's for this shit pile. What?
Sorry.
Go back.
Sorry.
Tiffany, do you guys have any advice for people who are trying to tape a reaction video like for House of Wax and not tape over it? Just kidding. Love you guys. Oh, that was shade. She was throwing shade. For a second, I was like, what is she saying?
Don't have 17 tequilas when you're hanging out with Jay.
I thought
probably where you want to start.
I thought you were flipping her off with shit and spin, dude.
Shit and spin, dude.
All right. The next one is for you. Well, it's not for you, but I got to go pee really bad. So Colton is on 927.
Oh, I will find him. Colton, come to me. Yeah, dude, I did fuck that up. And if you guys don't know, Jay and I, so my wife was out of town, had a dance recital with my daughter, and I stayed back and watched the dogs for the family and watched all the dogs. So perfect opportunity. Jay, come over. We got the house to ourselves. Let's film 3 commentaries back to back. Let's have a little mini man versus movie for the Patreons, right? We did a Disturbia commentary. It was fucking great. We did Heretic commentary. It was awesome. And the last movie we did was House of Wax, which was the Patreon commentary pick of the month. And to be fair, we were pretty 3 sheets to the wind at this point. There was a lot of tequila. There was a lot of beverages that went around. And after we did every one of those, before we went outside, I would save the video. And somehow I accidentally saved the Disturbia commentary twice and completely deleted the entire House of Wax commentary that we did and fucked it up for everybody. And even saved it as House of Wax. So I sent it out to Patreons and YouTube members. Here's the House of Wax. And people watched it and they're like, this is the Disturbia commentary. And I was like, fuck. And I realized I totally deleted it. So now we have to do it again. But it'll probably be better this way. But I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit and I suck at life. Colton, who's a beautiful man who does not suck at life, says, sup, boys? Rank these films in cinematography alone on cinematography. Original TCM, Halloween 78, original Scream, original Nightmare on Elm Street. Mike, check your email. Okay. I'll ask Jay this when he comes back as well. That's a spicy question, dude. So the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a legendary cinematography because that shit felt real. Like you felt like you were there. Even when you're watching some dumb, weird shit, it was scary because of how it felt. Halloween, obviously, Dean Cundy, fucking just beautiful, amazing. Scream, dear God, beautiful. A Nightmare on Elm Street, Christ. I think A Nightmare on Elm Street is going to come in last place on that one, though. That movie's great, and I love the cinematography for it, but it comes in last place for that for sure. Second place, I'll say Scream. I loved it. I thought they did a great job with it, but compared to the legendary cinematography of Halloween and TCM, you can't really do it. I'll go TCM first because it had such its own personality. Halloween 78 second, but goddamn was that beautiful. Scream third, Nightmare on Elm Street last. That hurts me to say. I don't like it. How dare you do that to me? It hurts my balls. Papa Haiti says, yo, Doctor, I'll wait for Dr. Loomis for that one for sure. Jeremy Shelley says, Mike and Jay, you're in Bigfoot country. Kentucky. Does he ever come over for dinner? Just curious. I live in Wichita, Kansas. We're all getting fucked with flooding. Dude, when you live in these Midwest states, it's always something fucking you. You know what I mean? The other day, I was like, it's fucking like 40 degrees. It's June. What the fuck are we doing? We try to have someone on the back deck for beverages, and I'm like, this is fucking awful. So I feel your pain. Bigfoot, no, never. That's more West Virginia. People in Kentucky don't really go Bigfooting very much. There's not enough woodland. Maybe in Eastern Kentucky for sure, but never seen a Bigfoot. I got a lot of chipmunks around here, though. A lot of chipmunks, a lot of bunnies.
I wonder if you're bringing that up, Jeremy, because there was like a recent. Did you see that there was like recent footage of like a new people that thought they spotted Bigfoot that was like trending?
That was
it's always
drunk with his shirt off.
That was me. I had my shirt off and my underwear off too. It was just like, it's like, what the fuck is that? But I was too white, so I would never be confused with Bigfoot. But no, there was a new video going. It's always so grainy and far away,
just like ghosts. That's why I don't believe it. Papa Hayes asked a question for Dr. Loomis, by the way.
Yo, Dr. Loomis, why didn't you use your Deadeye ability on Michael Myers and target him 6 times? If Arthur Morgan and John Marston can do it, you can.
Well, here's the problem, Papa. I'm not in a goddamn video game called Red Dead Redemption 2. Holy shit. That's what you do? You play around with the video game. You play your joysticks left and right. You play with this. You don't know what you don't know what goes on. That's not how you handle things in real life. You can't just pop a cowboy hat on and say, that a girl, and go shoot down somebody that did you dirty. Jesus Christ. Get your head out of the clouds.
Also, Colton Kaler would have strict by cinematography, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween 78, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh.
By cinematography.
That's a good one. I will say it's so random. I will say I think cinematography alone, and I know this might shock some people because of obviously what's available that we could pick from, but I'm going to say TCM. The way that shot is fucking scary. Like it looks amazing. Like and I forgot how actually like the way that they shot that film, it creeps you out. I remember getting it on Blu-ray and watching it for the first time in a long time. It still holds up. It's so fucking creepy the way they shot it. After that, it would be I think Halloween, just because of the non-break at the beginning of the movie where they do the walk through the house.
That's what I said too.
And then the next one would be I would give it to a Nightmare on Elm Street, but I gotta give it to Scream just because it did look clean. And then a Nightmare on Elm Street would be my last one. And
our rankings the same. We're best buddies. We're gonna butt fuck.
What's happened? We've done karate in the fucking garage already. Yeah. And you're not gonna not get Reddy Jackson's autograph on a katana sword. You're just not gonna do it.
Michael Barton said, "I'm hoping Jurassic World Rebirth doesn't tank Superman because those movies keep getting more and more retarded." I thought Dominion was dumpster juice.
Yeah, what's weird is I did see somebody was commenting on Scarlett Johansson on the cover of the new Jurassic Park movie, and they were like, "Why is Scarlett Johansson bigger than the dinosaur?"
That's what I said. I was
like, they're really trying to push her. Like, hey, she doesn't even need to do anything. She could just show up, and they'll all faint. They don't want to fight Scarlett Johansson.
Robert Downey Jr. was like, "I want one.
Yeah.
I want one."
Yeah, I agree. I don't. Dominion was definitely everything about that movie was phoned in. I did not like Dominion at all.
Like, dude, I feel like here's my thing with that. I feel like Jurassic World phoned it in since Jurassic World. It's like this big CGI event. Everyone showed up. It's been over 10 years now. Everyone showed up because it's new Jurassic World. What are they going to do? And it's Chris Pratt like, oh, this is the special effect you came for. Me
Calm
doing
down,
this.
girl. Yeah,
awful. They really shit that franchise's bed since the original, in my opinion. But I'll say this, dude, that new trailer, they're going back to the horror. It's still probably PG-13, but they're going back to the horror of it all. I love what they're doing with it. I'm going to go see that movie. It's the first Jurassic Park movie I'm going to be there day one for a while. But it's not going to hurt Superman. It's Superman, dude.
I don't think anything.
It's summer. That's summer, dude. Like you're banger after banger.
Yeah, I literally there wouldn't be one movie I think that would be released in the same time frame that would hurt Superman's box office, except something like Batman. If Matt Reeves was it Matt Reeves? Yeah, Matt Reeves Batman 2 were on the slate and was releasing 1 week after Superman or 1 week before, I think that would hurt Superman. But other than something like that, I don't think they have any worries about something releasing against them. Now, the thing is about Jurassic Park, I agree. They need to add more horror to it, but they need to go back to Jurassic. Like, I thought when they were going to do a new Jurassic Park movie, what the rumor was in the old rumor mill on the Reddit, because that's reliable, I thought they were going to do the rated R book version of it, where it's a lot more violent and it's a lot more scary and horror than it is like what I mean. Don't get me wrong, Steven Spielberg did fucking awesome with Jurassic Park, but I'm saying like it was more of a horror movie. I thought that's what they were going to do.
I think they're touching on that too. So let's look at this, by the way, real quick. Like the upcoming releases when it comes to that window. And again, this is summer. Like this is summer. Summer's always got the bangers. It's always got the tent poles. So that's just if you're going to put your movie in summer, you expect it to go against these movies. Jurassic World comes out July 2nd, and then Superman 10 days later. So you almost have a whole week between. You got Superman 10 days later, and then the week after that, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Totally different genre. Not going to hurt it. The week after that's Fantastic Four. Then maybe so it is sandwiched between Fantastic Four and Jurassic World. But dude, it's summer. I don't think that's
man. I've heard so many things about Fantastic Four too. I've heard like the multiple reshoots and that it's like a lot of test audiences are coming out and saying it's dog shit. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard a lot.
You know who I think is going to get dicked this summer based on the box office is I think it's going to be Fantastic Four. I think Jurassic Park's going to do fine, and I think that Superman's going to do great. I think Fantastic Four is not going to be that great, dude. I think it's going to be below expectations.
I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody already leaked out like the after credit scene with Robert Downey.
Well, I heard he's not. They said officially he's not in it. I think.
I don't know. Well, there's been a lot of issues going on with that movie that doesn't sound great. Like it's like I don't do, and we talked about it a couple of live streams ago. There has to be a fucking curse on Fantastic Four. You just can't make a good one for whatever reason.
Dude, listen, I watched their NBA finals or whatever NBA playoffs spot, and they were like making dinner, and like Pedro Pascal comes down the stairs. Dude, I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. The dude who plays Human Torch seems so fucking annoying to me.
Pussy.
He was like buckets, and I was like, dude, this is some corny, really fucking grotesquely cringe shit I'm seeing out of this. Like you had me with the first trailer, and everything I've seen since then about Fantastic Four, I'm like, this shit looks corny as fuck.
They want to rewrite the character of Johnny Storm, was already a bad taste in my mouth immediately. That they're going to say, well, he was kind of a womanizer back in his day, and that's not so hot. It was like, yeah, it was. It's not meant to be like little, like legit, like serious.
The actor said that.
Yeah,
the actor playing him.
And at what point do you say, hey, you know what, actor, I hired you for this job, actor, and your job is to do the job that I wrote this fucking script in, and then the actor says, but I don't like that. Change it for me. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll change it for you. Fuck that. If you don't want the job, just don't take the job. He's always been that way. Yeah, Chris Evans, like, and you know what? Like the best Fantastic Four movie, 100% at this point, was the original Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba. That was it. At least, I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but at least it was something. It was at least close enough to the comic book. This one, if they fuck this up, it's going to cost them real bad moving forward.
Dude, it seems like they had Deadpool and Wolverine right there, and they had this new fresh start. And some of the stuff I'm seeing from Fantastic Four seems like them going right back to their old ways, especially with him saying that stuff. Well, I just don't really like these parts about the character. You're playing a character from a comic. If you didn't like the character, don't accept the role. Don't go and try to change it now. He's supposed to be this. He's supposed to be layered. He's supposed to have problems.
Johnny Storm,
the fact that he's a womanizer is irrelevant. Is a part of his character.
Yeah.
That, like, I mean, that's. Oh my God!
He's supposed to be a childish, immature guy that chases skirt, but at the end of the day, he's got a good heart, and he's not all about like he's a single dude that's a good-looking guy that goes after girls. Whoa, holy fucking shit! Pump the brakes, pump the hate brakes.
How dare he?
About? How dare he be that way?
And also, I saw that actor in Once Upon a Time, in the Quiet Place prequel. Total bitch. The entire time annoyed the shit out of me. Just a whiny little fucking baby. I'm concerned about that.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that that Fantastic Four has more of a chance to flop than Superman?
That's my I think Superman's going to come in 1. I think Jurassic World's going to come in well behind it 2, and I think Fantastic Four is going to be the loser in that scenario.
It's not going to. Yeah. And again, guys, I mean, it's basic elementary, my dear Watson. Why wouldn't they just immediately do the X-Men? If you got the rights back to X-Men, do the fucking X-Men movie.
You get your ass out there and you find that fucking dog.
Throw that fucking pig skin. What are you doing?
100%. Billy said, Loomis, is there a problem, boy?
No. Just your incestual face staring back at me with broken dreams. Get out of here. You make me nervous.
Robert Barker said, Loomis, since Corey Feldman killed Jason, do you think Feldman can finally kill Michael?
The only thing that Feldman can do is continuously kill his career. I mean, maybe Michael Myers is on the cutting board as well. It's possible. Sure. Why not? But, you know, if he shaved his goddamn head like he did in the Jason movie and had his goddamn hair hanging off his head, I don't think that's going to work on Michael, just to be honest with you. I don't think that's going to do it.
Mason K, sup, homies? Been rumors for a while about Dodgeball 2. Y'all interested in that? First one is an all-timer, personally. Joni loves Chachi. Yeah, but does Chachi give a fuck about Joni?
Yeah, we actually someone mentioned that earlier in a chat or super chat about whether or not we'd be interested in Dodgeball 2. I like, listen, if you got the original cast back, you know, you got what's his name? Why the fuck is my Vince Vaughn, and you got what's his name? The guy from Jeepers Creepers.
Justin Long.
You got those guys back. Sure, you have a chance at it, but here's the problem: are they going to pull the trigger with the comedy? That's what it is. Everybody's so sensitive nowadays. Dude, you don't know. And
that's the thing. Dodgeball's not. It's not like a Farrelly Brothers movie. It's not like one of those movies that's constant cum, dick, cock, fuck jokes. It's just a comedy. You know what I mean? They had some jokes.
There was some stuff in there, yeah.
Oh yeah, boy, get in there all nice and deep, like, you know. I believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet, you know. But like,
Michelle.
it's not that irreverent. Here's the question: look at Happy Gilmore 2. Are they going to go back and they're going to try to do the same jokes over again and be like, do you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Or are they going to try to make an actual funny sequel? Vince Vaughn being involved, he's very much against the whole Hollywood recycling of things and how that works. So if they get him involved, I think it has a chance to actually be good. So yes, I will say I will look forward to that with full frontal male nudity in a good way.
Yeah. We have Mason Kaysen at work. I didn't realize the first Dodgeball 2 super chat went through, so ignore the double question. Oh, it was you. What's another comedy you want to come back? You know what? To be honest with you, I think, and I hope it's great. And I never would have thought, like, hey, that's the comedy that I hope does well and it comes back and it's amazing. Scary Movie. I hope that since the Wayans brothers are back and they're able to do this and that they actually are in control of it, I hope it comes back with a force. Because there's so many horror movies now that you could easily poke fun of and do parodies on. I hope that kind of series comes back.
Dude, that and dude, Cineroth took the fucking words right out of my mouth. Tropic Thunder. I think if Scary Movie, but you're right though, if Scary Movie comes out and they have the balls to go for it and actually not be afraid to piss people off and like, let's just try to make people laugh, man. You're going to have the swell of people on Twitter who are angry and say, oh, maybe this part's problematic or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they nail that, and I hope they will, and I think they will, then movies like Tropic Thunder could come back, and Tropic Thunder would be, apart from Scary Movie, my number one. Like those two sequels, comedy wise, could crush, and they could really, the pendulum's swinging, man. We're starting to not be such big bitches about stuff like this, so I think it could be great.
We have Katie Sipebottom. Hey, I like your faces. We like yours. Face. Thank you, Katie.
I like it so much I can please stay away from it.
JT Insult, we know who you are. Stop pretending. JT Owsley, part 2 in both Halloween and Friday the 13th are the best movie in their franchise. Ooh, strong. But a makeout session with my mom while watching 11/14 is better. And there we go. You got to throw in the M. Night Shyamalan twist because we knew it was coming.
You can't trust a man who's constantly trying to sleep with his own mother.
I like how he throws in like like this is his legitimate opinion. Like he thinks part 2 of Halloween and Friday the 13th are the best, and then he has to throw in like the sidewinder of the pervert shit. Just to
is that insane though? By the way, is that insane? Like on the scale of batshit, to say Halloween and Friday the second sequel is the best.
I would say
I disagree, but it's not that crazy.
Not the entire franchise. I would argue, like in Halloween especially, there's 2 that come in like on each other's heels. It's Halloween 1 and Halloween 4 being the best of the series.
They're both good sequels.
Part 2, it is technically a part 2 of, like, it's just a longer Halloween 1. It's hard to, I know it's a sequel. It's just, it's weird for me. Friday the 13th part 2, you do get back at Jason. So you do get Jason Voorhees for the first time. And he is pretty vicious in it. But is it the best version of Jason? I don't know.
Yeah, I would disagree on your ranking, but I would also say it's not a bad ranking. You know? Not a bad ranking.
Tiffany, I'm so sorry for the joke and truly apologize sincerely. Missed so many of your other streams. Are you guys watching Ballerina? John Wick.
What'd she say?
She was the one that said, "Can you tell me how to film over or record over something?" So talking about House of Wax.
Well, no, you know what? No, do not be upset. That's on me. That's 100% on me, and I accept your joke and I take it into my whole and my heart both simultaneously. And you're 100% right. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. That's on me. Okay.
And then watching Ballerina. No, she didn't say she didn't. It wasn't even a bad joke. Are you guys watching Ballerina? No, I've seen the trailers for it. I have to get on John Wick 3 and 4. I haven't even watched.
Jay hasn't even fucking watched John Wick 3. You piece of shit.
But
Not
Ballerina,
you,
I did hear something. Somebody said that they weren't. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently some YouTubers that were trying to cover it, I guess they were going to talk shit on it. I don't know. They said they're not. The studios are not allowing them to post negative reviews of Ballerina.
No, so here's what happened. Typically, if you get early access to a movie, which Jay and I usually don't because we're in Kentucky and all those screenings are in like Florida and LA and New York and whatever, but we've gotten them, through Netflix or whatever before. You get the email and you get the invite to the screening, and it's like, here are the rules. Like, here's the embargo. Like, you can do your social media reactions on this date. You can't release a full review until this date. What they tried to do, these sneaky fucking slime bags tried to do with Ballerina was they sent out an email and they said, hey, you can react on social if it's a positive review on this date. But if you have an actual critique of the movie, you have to wait until this date, which is unprecedented. It's the first time they try to do that. And I do have to give major credence to the movie review community, the Rotten Tomatoes community, whatever as it be, that a bunch of people came out and they posted that and they're like, this is bullshit. I got to give you guys credit for that. That was you guys easily could have just eaten that and lied about it and just tried to get your thoughts out first so you get your name on the poster. Good on you guys. But yeah, they definitely did that.
That's insane to me. Why the fuck do you think that'll never backfire? Hey, we're not really trying to buy you, but we are. But anyway, if you want to continue having support of the studios, a nice word or two might go a long way.
No, I rarely do I give credence to these to that community, but like they did good, man. They called them out on their bullshit and they said this is bullshit. But that being said, Ballerina, I want to see it. I do want to see it. I think Ana de Armas is going to do a killer job, and I'm going to see it. It's not going to be like a day one thing for me. But I definitely am going to watch Ballerina. I think she's going to rock shit.
You remember back in the day when studios would just let the work speak for itself?
Yep.
Remember when that happened? And it was like, now it's like, no, we got to make sure that this gets a positive spin. Like, if you're confident in the fucking movie, just put it out. Like, what the fuck's wrong? I don't know. I got to watch John Wick 3 and 4, but I saw
you got it. They're so good.
I know. I heard it. And then I saw, but they're really pushing marketing behind this because they just released a music video on this show, on this flick coming out, Ballerina.
I thought the trailers looked surprisingly good.
Yeah. Holly Roxy says, horror movie you think has the best plot? Love you. That's a strong question. Strong. Best plot, man. We could be here all night debating it, because there's so many of them. There's so many good ones. What's the first one that pops in your head?
First one, I'm going to go old school, dude. People will give me shit for this, but I'm going to go Halloween. Literally.
It is a good plot.
I think it's underrated because it's been around for so long, and Michael Myers' faces on lunch boxes and shit like that. But like the plot of this kid that's a perfect kid, does nothing wrong, inexplicably kills his sister, stabs her in the titties, as we all know, and multiple other people, goes to a mental asylum for years, breaks out, and then decides to start wearing this mask and killing people, and then you have the Ahab of Dr. Loomis. Like, I think that is the purest, coolest horror movie plot of all time.
It's a great one. It's strong.
Yeah.
I would echo it, but I'll go somewhere else. I'll say The Exorcist. The Exorcist is so simple in its formula, and the way that he like the idea that this chick gets possessed by this demon, and then all the catastrophe that follows, and the horror that like the way they filmed that, and supposedly it was based on a true story too, is fucking terrifying to me. And the only other movie that for me would be on the same level, and it was fucking genius of Wes Craven, is Nightmare on Elm Street, because everyone has to sleep. You have to go to sleep. You can't escape the boogeyman by going to sleep. That's fucking scary, dude.
That's a really good one. Yeah, no, that's 100% true.
Yeah. So,
but also, I'll say with the Michael Myers thing, the fact that he escapes a mental asylum into a small town. Like, imagine being in a small town and you're watching the news, and escaped mental patient is in your town. Adds a whole new thing. Dude, I think that's why they're both classics. Like, I really think those are two of the best horror movie plots of all time.
Well, yeah, because you also look at Halloween, is the fact that it took place in a very upscale suburban neighborhood, and then the kid that probably everyone babysit for, that seemed like a very normal kid, just all of a sudden snapped for no fucking reason. And back then everybody was babysitting, and I think they even were going to call it the babysitter murders or whatever. But I mean, yeah, that's always been interesting.
Thirdly, by the way, both Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, that's why they're the pillars. That's why they're the Mount Rushmore of horror. But thirdly, my Mount Rushmore of horror also goes to Scream for the same reason, because it brought that horror home. A suburban, it's not supernatural, it's in a high school community. The way that worked, the plot of that really made that fucking movie go. And maybe that's what people are missing, and why we don't have so many classic horror movies that come out these days,
because simplicity works. Sometimes it's the simplest plot that makes the most effective push on like people's psyches. They try to overcomplicate and overanalyze and overthink these plots sometimes, and it doesn't work.
Darth brings up a good one too. Killer Clowns from Outer Space, also great plot, dude.
Amazing plot. That's more of a horror comedy, but it's still a great plot. We have because you could also, like, if you're gonna play with the sci-fi shit, Alien is fucking masterful.
Yeah, exactly.
Masterful. And it's got one of the best taglines of all fucking time. In space, no one can hear you scream.
And that's stuck in there with the thing.
You're stuck. Yeah. That's so good. Gary says,
maybe that's the key to like a great horror movie. It's just that simplistic nucleus right there.
Yeah, all it is very simple. Very simple. Very tiny wiener. Gary says there is a DLC for Hitman where old Van Damme is the villain, and he has young clones. He has young clones breaking bricks. Another is doing the kickboxer dance. A DLC for Hitman where old. That's badass. If that's true, that's awesome. I'm sure you're telling the truth. I don't know. I haven't played a Hitman game in a long time. But by the way, speaking of, I gotta say this. I forgot about this.
You guys talking about James Bond?
Yes, dude.
I know, dude. I'm fucking
awesome. It's so amazing. So go ahead, tell it.
First Light. James Bond. First Light. They released that image. Hopefully, there's news about it tomorrow. It looks like the new GoldenEye. Oh my God, that could be great.
So the creators of Hitman are making a James Bond based game called First Light. And all they've teased so far is a silhouette of James Bond. But oh my fucking Lord, dude. Please give it to us. Let us spoon it.
We need it, dude.
That would be
the
amazing.
World so badly needs a good James Bond game.
I wonder if they're gonna if the character model is gonna be Daniel Craig. It would have to be, because I mean,
did you see the silhouette look? He had this it looked Pierce Brosnan, but with a fresh haircut, kind of. But that they really, dude.
I wonder if they.
This.
No, go ahead.
If you could pick a Bond to have this new game, the First Light game, would you want Pierce Brosnan or Daniel Craig?
I would just go with Daniel. I love Pierce, but I would go with Daniel Craig just because he's the most recent.
And we don't have one yet. We don't have a classic Daniel Craig Bond game.
But I wonder. But I was going to say who the character model, whatever character model they base it on, or even if they just come up with a unique one-off character model, would this be giving us a little notice about who they've chosen? If it comes out before, I'm sure it's not going to come out before they announce the next James Bond.
What a way to announce it, though, right?
That would be amazing.
What if our new James Bond?
What if it was Henry Cavill? It's not going to be, but what if it was?
It fucking should be. He would be so good.
God, he'd be amazing.
You saw Fallout, right? He'd fucking be great.
Like, at this point, they're looking for a younger James Bond, so he's already out. Like, they turned him down. I don't remember why they turned him down. I think they turned him down because they thought he was too. Oh no, he was too young. No, he was too young when he auditioned for James Bond. Yeah. But now he's the perfect age for James Bond. But they want to build like 5 or 6 movies on the new James Bond. So yeah, dude. Anyway, yeah. As far as the DLC goes, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
I'm pumped.
Cinderella says, Loomis, you did try to shot Jamie. She was innocent.
No, you know what you did? You took too many shots of goddamn fireball. I don't even know. I didn't shoot Jamie. I grabbed her and shook her and said, "Where are you hiding your deranged uncle? Cooking woman, idiot." I don't play games. Okay? I expect results.
No sex in the champagne room.
Jonathan Clancy, thank you so much. Is this the first summer we're all 40 odd years old hoping for great films? Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're onto something there, Jonathan Clancy.
Hey, buddy, I'm not going to be 40 until September, so suck my fucking ass ball. How about that?
Jesus.
Jay's 40. He's old.
I'm 41, and to be fair, it was
Jesus Christ.
It was Jesus Christ, and it was just an innocent statement, and you turned it into a whole thing. Yeah, I will say you're on to. I hope this summer is awesome for movies. I hope that they're great. I hope everything that I know what you did last summer. I'm not personally excited to see it. My wife is, but Mike's excited to see it. I hope it's good. Superman's coming out. Fantastic Four's coming out. There's a lot of other big giant movies coming out. I hope it's all good, but it's exciting. It's going to be a good summer. It's going to be a good summer.
Dangerous Animals next week, dude. You guys do not skip out on Dangerous Animals next week, dude. That shit looks fucking awesome. It looks so good. I can't wait. It's tomorrow. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow.
Jeremy Shelley says the new Frankenstein movie, maybe. We watched the trailer for. That was the TV show that they're doing.
No, it's a movie, but it's an.
Oh yeah, that's right. So,
yeah. It really sucks the wind out of the fucking sails, doesn't it? When you're like, oh, it's a Netflix movie. CG.
Oscar Isaacs, I think it's a good choice for Dr. Frankenstein. It looked all right. It looked pretty fun. But but it does have that stigma to it. For whatever reason, when they say Netflix movie, you're like, well, why? But what's wrong with the silver screen?
Yeah. And also Guillermo del Toro is super overrated. So there's that.
Meme or retardation. Call it. what was that? What's that meme going around?
I agree with D-Bitch. At least it's not Pedro Pascal.
Dude,
at least we got a little break there.
Dude, you're telling the truth. You telling tales that sound school, but they true. Yeah, dude. He's like, if you think Tom Hardy was being cast in everything, Pedro Pascal is like on another level of steroids, being cast in literally everything that's going on in Hollywood right now. Yeah, I just saw a clip of him walking up did you see this, where he's walking up the movie theater steps and this guy's recording him and he goes, you know what, I don't care, I'm a bougie bitch. And I'm like,
I respect that.
I was like, what are you talking about, Pedro?
I'm a bougie bitch. Pedro seems like, dude, he just seems like whatever's going on with him right now. And dude, we've been pro Pedro Pascal since Game of Thrones. He's fucking awesome in that.
I loved him in Mandalorian.
Yeah, dude, but he's really been sucked up on the Hollywood machine.
Well, that's what happens. They get one good actor or good actress that's making a lot of waves, and then they just shove it down your throat like a cock you didn't ask for, like in prison. And you're like, wow, I'm not gay, but I guess I'll suck it for protection. That's what happens. It's crazy.
You got to see it when you call it. Got to call it when you see it.
Daniel Torres says, lost my dick on Prize Picks tonight. Can y'all please meditate with me and console my bank account, my bankroll? Alrighty then.
Buddy, been there before. Betting is tough. It's a rough gamut, and never did Prize Picks, but lost my ass enough in other stuff.
What's Prize Picks?
It's just a different FanDuel. I can't explain it to you right now. I'm definitely too far in, but it's like another version of FanDuel. I never tried it. But hey, your day will come. Your day will come.
Yeah, gambling's a double-edged sword, man. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's not, but you always feel the shot in your cock. Take it or leave it says, fellas, I'm in DC sitting next to a group of boners who think they're living House of Cards. Please say some offensive shit. I'll max the volume. Well, you probably moved on from now, but you're in DC. Go ahead. No, you go.
Turn
up your volume.
Cock, balls, fuck, fart, transsexuals, genders, beans and frankfurters. That's where Captain Marone was hiding. Cock, nut sack, dick, fuck, ballies. Come.
You play baseball like a girl.
How dare you fucking say that?
I'm getting canceled tonight. Sandlot. What did you say? What did you say?
That's where Roger Predactor was hiding. What is the thing from fucking Ace Ventura?
That's why Roger Predactor died. He found Captain Winky. That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend. Nighttime. Loomis, you best be going to see Karate Kid Legends.
You best be going to see your unemployment manager. Shut up.
Byron Hunson says Dr. Loomis versus Dr. Chalice, who wins? Like, if you're not like actually asking the characters or just like who, I think, well, Dr. Chalice was only in one Halloween movie, so it would probably be Dr. Loomis would win.
No. Here's what would happen. Dr. Loomis is a very strung up person, you know. He's real scared. He's like, oh, heightens my sense of security. You know, Dr. Chalice would walk in there with a couple of shooters. He'd say, hey, calm down. Let's have a few brewskis. Let's have a couple of Boilermakers together. Maybe go to a Cubs game. Dr. Loomis would calm down. He'd let his guard down a little bit. And then if Dr. Chalice had to do what he had to do, he would take care of Dr. Loomis. He would take care of Dr. Loomis.
I would show a picture of the children that were undeclared by Dr. Chalice and say, you owe X amount of child support back payment. And immediately I would win. He would run away. He would be like Batman in the mist. Responsibility and accountability don't go hand in hand.
I do fear child support payments. That's fair.
It's awful. Colton Candler, thank you so much. It says, is there a better character arc redemption story than Johnny Lawrence and Cobra Kai? If so, who? Mike, please check your email. I need Jay to see this.
God damn it, Colton! I'll fucking do it.
A better arc redemption story than Johnny. That is a strong one. Johnny Lawrence's comeback kid was great. Man, I don't know. Yeah, I would say you're probably on the. I can't think of any better example than the Johnny Lawrence.
This is what Colton's talking about, by the way. Look who he met the other day. It's your favorite person in the world, Jay.
He's wearing the white suit so no one can find him in the snow. The wolf pack doesn't go up north.
It's Colton and his beautiful wife, Haley, and they're sitting next to, I'm the comeback king. Don't know what I mean.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you got to meet him. That's cool.
There he is. Were the angels there?
Dude. Well, yeah, were the angels there? Were
the angels there? Serving him like kumquats?
Did he allow them to come down from the heaven's gates to do that? I doubt that. But yeah, but yeah, your question is a better character arc redemption story than Johnny Lawrence. That is a strong one. Was there ever a character in your mind that you remember watching on TV or in a movie that you're like, man, I did not expect him to like give a fuck about him at all, and now he's like a good guy? Well, that's unfair because like I could watch 3:10 to Yuma, and that character arc is amazing with Russell Crowe.
This is not, God, I wish I could come up with a better thing than this. One of my favorite character arcs of all time, though, and I'm just going to go with that. And I apologize if it's not what people wanted.
Tommy Oliver for Power Rangers.
No, shut up. No, it's Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon, man. It's Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon. Oh, hear me out. I know. It's pretty obvious, but like Mel Gibson starts out, he's fucking suicidal. He's literally just looking to die on the job. The job's all he got. He lost his wife. He's living in a trailer on the beach with his dog. He's sad as shit, putting a gun in his mouth every night. And then the job is what keeps him going. And then he meets Murtaugh and they have a friendship. And they even have that moment in the bodega or whatever, where he's like, I'll fucking do it. And he puts his thumb in the thing and the thing clicks or whatever. And then Murtaugh's family and the world outside of his own pain keeps him sane and makes him focus on the work. My favorite arc of all time is Mel Gibson and Lethal Weapon. Shut up, bitch. Yeah, maybe.
Jesus, you're so salty today.
People should watch Lethal Weapon.
It's a good movie. But congratulations, Colton. You met him. You touched him. It was the, he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. It was the Boogeyman.
That's fair. You never hated Riggs. That's true.
What's the best scene in the Halloween franchise? Jesus Christ, Boogeyman. That's these loaded questions coming in like rocket propelled grenades. I mean, I think we've done a video where we were discussing the best scenes or best kills anyway from Michael Myers in the Halloween franchise. But I will say the operating room scene in Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, when he like goes to fucking town on all those assholes that his insurance has to pay for, like the strobe light effect, everything going, that whole fucking sequence is amazing. To me, that's the best pure rage Michael I've ever seen in a Halloween movie. That's what it is.
I'm gonna go with the sit up moment. I'm gonna go with the sit up in the original Halloween film, where she's crying at the door and he still sits up behind her, because it was at that moment, you know, this motherfucker is supernatural. He is not gonna stop. It's not just your regular movie. There's something else extra here. The second Michael sits up after having all the shit that happens to him happen, I think that's the best moment for me.
Yeah, it's not the moment that happens right after that though, when she pulls his mask off and he looks like a Macy Days Parade like mannequin. He's like, huh? And then the guy going to conventions like, I'm the true face of Michael. What? I
gotta make a drinky poo. I'll be right back.
Okay. I will wait for your child. I will not read because the next one's for Mike. Oh, I can read the next one. Michael Parton says, with The Last of Us Season 2, I've never been so mad at a TV show since the end of Game of Thrones. The way it was rushed and the execution was bad. Yeah, dude. Well, I know that The Last of Us Season 2 is getting a lot of hate. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I thought the video game sucked. The Last of Us 2, I thought was dog shit. And I think that what happened is Robert, was it Druckmann? Is that his? I can't remember the guy that's in charge of The Last of Us. I think a lot of people are still pissed off about the fact that they presented that Joel was going to be a part of the game, and they also did the same thing with the TV show. And then when they pull back the covers and they're like, "Hey, guess what? It's me," and they're like, "Holy fuck! It's that. It's not Joel." It was made for disaster, dude. I don't know why they would have made The Last of Us Season 2 a thing. I would have, like, listen, studios take liberties with games all the time. I would have changed that entire fucking story. Joel would have survived. We would have had more of a building of the relationship between Ellie and Joel and going forward into Last of Us, but it is what it is. I'm not surprised that you were disappointed. I think a lot of people were, even people that loved the game and loved everything about it. I think they were shockingly disappointed, but yeah. Papa Haiti says, what is the most heated argument with you and Jay in a multiplayer video game? Lamo. Halo Reach came out and Mike and I played the fuck out of that. Like, it was our religion. Like, we played Halo Reach nonstop all the time, every day. And we got pretty good at the game. And I remember, I don't remember a specific moment where it was a heated argument. But we did get pissed. I always got mad at Mike because I feel like he was stealing my kills. Like, I would legitimately get mad. I'll be like, dude, that was my kill. I was setting that shit up for me. And then you came in with a shotgun that you just found, and now you're claiming victory, and you're being like you're badass, and that's not true at all. And you pissed me off. And I would rage, and I would get very animated with my rage in these particular moments. And then I didn't realize that one day that Mike was playing me through his TV speakers.
I already know what you're talking about.
And his wife was listening, and I heard some giggling on the other end of the chat through my headphones, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then he was like, what are you talking about? And I heard it, and then I just didn't want to play the game. I just didn't want to play the game. I was like, this is a private moment between Mike and I, and now it's been ruined. It's been ruined.
To be fair, I lived in a duplex. Like I lived in a tiny little duplex.
But
like,
you chose to play it through your speakers, and you could have had it playing exclusively through your earphones.
I mean, maybe you should have contained yourself a little more. It's not my fault.
How about not?
You'd be like,
how about
stop throwing sticky grenades in my area.
How about in a weak moment, or just when two dudes are playing video games and one of them gets upset, you just don't play it through the fucking TV speaker. That'd be weird. And this is for you.
You just shouldn't freak out so much when you're playing a video game. Like, stop throwing fucking grenades over in my fucking territory.
You were stealing my kill.
I'm not trying to steal a kill. I'm just trying to kill the bad guys, man. It's not about
running
in,
running
about
winning. That's how we lost the wars sometimes, or battles, not the wars.
Gotta
the battles.
go.
That's for you.
Pasrat.
And then and then we have Jeremy Shelley saying Backhead Jason was the best, but the fourth movie was better. Come on, guys. No, we weren't saying that part two, what JT Owsley was saying, like we agreed with that. We were just saying, like, as far as like Friday the 13th part 1 versus part 2, I think part 2 is superior in every way. It just is. I'm sorry. I know that people love part 1, but I agree. But once you watch part 1, I swear to God, dude, I've never watched it again. Once you see it, it's it.
The question of what the best Friday the 13th movie is either 4 or 6, in my opinion. But I understand if someone's like the second one's my favorite. I can't. All I'm saying is I don't disagree. You know?
Backhead Jason's great.
Yeah, love Backhead Jason.
And I also like
about Jason.
Well, I also will say that they gave it. Thank God they gave it homage in 2009 remake. That opening sequence in 2009 was fucking amazing, dude. With the Backhead and like him coming at the camera and slicing and dicing with the axe. So fucking good, dude.
Yeah, dude. 2009 has a lot of great fucking moments in it. Yep. And no doubt does.
Mind the gap. Oh, no, like I like, dude, you like, I know you guys like the original. I'm not saying the original sucked. Like Friday the 13th part 1 was good. Obviously, it was a good movie. I'm just saying, like, once you watch it and you know that Jason Voorhees is now existing in this universe, in my opinion, when I start on any kind of like run through the Friday the 13th movies, I skip 1 and I just go to 2.
Yeah. I did. So watch this, dude. I watch this. Watch. You ready? Can you guys do this? All right, wait here.
No, don't break your computer.
Oh fuck! I almost knocked over all my shit. That's the best it's gonna get.
Yeah, it's like it was like an after school program, and you were like, you all want to play basketball and talk about life?
Here, Michael Jordan used that shit. Like
he got game. Yeah, Michael Jordan could do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't find it.
Daniel Torres says my 8-year-old can do that. I can't. I never could. What's it called? Around the world? I can never do it. You got to be a Harlem Globetrotter or some kind of fucking show off to be able to do that kind of shit.
I almost knocked over all the drinks. You know, it's cool though. Like my kids, like both my kids, like one's 15, one's 9, but like they share my love for catch. You know what I mean? So like we will sit around for hours and just like whatever random ball there is and just like hawk it in each other's face as hard as we can. Just play catch. Fun. It's nice because I grew up like, you know, I had a sibling, but she fucking sucked. So I basically grew up as a solo sibling and would just play catch by myself all the time. I would have like a bouncy ball and just like throw it against the wall all the time. Yeah. Did anybody else do that? Were you so lonely you just threw a ball against the wall all the fucking time to yourself?
that sounds like a movie on like Wall Street, like a movie based around Wall Street. And then Clinton said,
I would have entire
white people back like 10 years. Thanks, Mike.
Sorry.
The ghost of Ted Hollister says, hey guys, sorry for bringing up King of the Hill the other night and getting John Redcorn's blood all over your hands.
Oh, it was him. He's the reason.
You are the one, Ted Hollister. Thoughts on Donnie Darko? I
won't say that. I won't go.
Donnie Darko is a great movie.
Great.
It's definitely a movie that when it came out, I don't think a lot of people got it, and I think it developed a cult following for a reason. I just watched it not long, like maybe like 6 months, 7 months ago or something like that. It's still, even when you watch it after you've seen it several times, it's still like, what the fuck? It's so wild. It's so weird. It's so out there. And like, you don't know how you feel about it. Like, is it supposed to be like like I don't know how it's supposed to make you feel. Like, you just feel fucking weird. Like, and you can go on Reddit, because right after that movie, I went on Reddit and I was like going through subplots of what people thought it was about. There's so many different people that are saying it's about this. So it's a great movie that opens itself up to interpretation.
Yeah, dude, I have like the best like natural story about coming into
Donnie
Darko.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming on Donnie. When I was a freshman in college, I was only there for like 6 weeks, but like I went there and we're in this dorm, and there was this dude on the same floor that we were in, and he played offensive line for EKU. He's a big old fat dude. And he was like, "Come my room, man. You like movies? You want to check out my movies?" I'm like, "Yeah." I come in his room, and he opens up this like chest of like a steamer trunk of movies, and he's showing me these movies, and I never heard of it before. Like, and he shows me Donnie Darko, and I'm like, "Dude, can I borrow that?" And it was so awkward, dude, because I'm like, normally, like, "Can I borrow that?" People are like, "Yeah." I like, "Can I borrow that?" And he's like, "I don't let people loan my movies, young man. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I was like, "Come on, dude." Like, he's like, "For you're just down the hall. I know I could beat your ass. I'm gonna
He
let
was
you
like that
borrow
weird dude in the Sasquatch gang. He's like, "Yeah, if you want to go hang out with your girlfriend and not watch The Crow with me."
100%, dude. And he lets me borrow it, and I go to my dorm, and that couple of weeks sucked because I thought we were gonna like party all the time, because I took a year off of high school, and I would just go. Our friend Kyle Green was there, and he went to high school. He went to college right after, so I would go there and party with him, and it was all fun. But then when I went and roomed with him the year after, he had his girlfriend there constantly. And it was like, "Oh, this sucks. Your girlfriend's always here. Last year was so fun, and now I live here." But anyways, I popped this dude's movie into the DVD player, and I'm on the top bunk, and I'm watching it, dude, and they're cuddled and sleeping or whatever. And literally, I watched that entire movie on this tiny little tube TV, Donnie Darko, for the first time, and fucking exploded my mind. I sat there for like 25 minutes afterwards, just like, "Oh my God, I just saw fucking greatness. What else does this guy have in his steamer trunk?" And it literally blew my. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 20 movies of all time. I guarantee you Donnie Darko's in mine.
Yeah, dude. It was a stellar movie. And Donnie Darko 2 was fucking awful. They never should have made it ever like a sequel to that. But
got through like 10 minutes of that piece of shit.
It was awful. I think I got hooked on it because it had something to do with time travel, like in the description, and I love time travel movies. So that's why I watched it. Like initially, I didn't know what the fuck it was. Maybe I watched it on HBO or something. But yeah. By the way, it just popped in my head. Donnie Darko. Well, is that a horror movie, or is it a thriller? Because I mean,
I think you count that as horror, because the ghost bunny, the end of the world.
Well, that would have a very sad ending because he dies.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a horror movie.
But you know what in my head is like the one of the most fucked up ones. I mean, you can look at Paranormal Activity, because I was thinking about the tears, and I was like, Paranormal Activity has a really bad one because Katie, she kills her boyfriend and then she escapes into the night. I know they had the alternate ending where she gets gunned down by the police, which didn't work. But also Butterfly Effect, when he chokes himself in the fucking womb, that's dark as fuck, dude.
That is one of the darkest endings of all time.
That has got to be.
But I think that's not the theatrical, right?
No, that's not that's what I'm saying. Like when I watched Butterfly Effect for the first time, I watched it on DVD. So the ending I saw was the one where he chokes himself in the womb, and then everybody was like, "Well, that's not the ending. That he just didn't go. He just avoided all those people." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? He's smoking crack. He killed himself in the womb. He went back to his mama's vagina and literally choked himself out." And they're like, "No, that's not. That is the darkest ending."
This fucking punk ass kid right here with her Smashing Pumpkins shirt on. Look at this fucking turd.
No, yeah.
How dare you?
Look at this bald spot.
Oh, sugars.
How dare you? In my home?
You brought it
where my children play with their toys.
And she's scudding this little jerk crack. But yeah, I will say that Butterfly Effect, honest to God, like The Mist is up there. Like it's probably number one. But the Butterfly Effect, the fact that he literally ends his existence in the fucking womb is insane. Like as a baby, he chokes himself with the umbilical cord. Yeah, holy fuck. Yeah, you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. It's not felt. Kyle says, "Dance, funny man, dance."
Dude, my house smells like a shitty fucking waffle got burnt with pop. What are you guys cooking?
They're actually waffles.
Look at this.
Yeah, it did. My waffle.
Fucking burnt Belgian waffles in my home.
That actually looks delicious. It might be because I'm drinking. It's a problem. Byron Hansen says you guys should do a hot takes video. Well, I mean, we would have to have a hot take. I guess we do have a couple of hot takes. I don't know.
A few, maybe,
but I don't know. I don't know what is certified as a hot take. So it'd be a hard one to figure out. But Michael Parton says the John Redcorn actor was killed for being gay. So he's talking about the King of the Hill actor. I did read some of that about some of the stuff that was coming out about it. Like there was some dark shit. Apparently he was in a feud with his neighbor to a point where something about his dog, and it was like there was also a lot of slurs going on that the neighbor was calling him, but also like something with his dog, like he killed the dog and showed him a fucking skull. Like it sounds like some shit out of like a horror movie, but
yeah, it's one of the, there's two sides to the story, so you don't know. Like from what I looked at, like apparently a bunch of people say that's not that way, but they say that it is that way. Like some people say that like he burnt his house down because he was trying to cook with a grill in an inappropriate way, and then the guy that was left behind kind of mentions that like he thinks that it was a hate crime, but either way, somebody showed up and shot. Like it's dude, sad as shit. It's
it's a fucked up story for sure. Chris Sampson, thank you, man. Hey, what's up, dude? It's been a minute. It's not been a minute. It's been like last live stream, but I miss you. Hey, dudes, I'm working tonight. I'll watch later. Jay, would you have Corey Feldman argue Chalice? Jay, would you have Corey Feldman argue Chalice? Mike, if you could give a shout out to my lovely lady Heidi, tell her I think she's great. Have a great night. I'm assuming
as Chalice, or
I think he just means you.
No, I will. I'll do that way because let me tell you something, Chalice. I mean, Corey, I love a guy who just gets wet in parties. Okay, I love it. And you had a great career as an actor. But I can literally have 2 entire fifths of scotch and hang out with a 23-year-old who's trying to investigate how her dad died. And still, if I turn on your songs, Comeback King, I'm the comeback king. Know what I mean? Like it will literally send them running out of the room. And if this mustache and this creature that I am isn't enough to send them, that song does it. And I just don't understand why you wouldn't just use your career as a child actor to sleep with the angels and stop with the music.
Well, hey, guy, who's to say I didn't? But the only thing that's going to send those people running out of the room is your breath. Like, it stinks like shit. I don't even know why you're even talking so much. Because it like is literally causing the oxygen to turn like poop air. I don't like it. But here's the thing. I think you don't have a good taste in music because I wrote Despicable Deborah out of real experiences that I had. And Michael Jackson tried to turn himself into me, you idiot. So obviously I'm the greatest singer on earth, and you're just so far behind the curve, you old shit, that you don't understand it.
There's only one person in this world.
God, can I get security? Hey, maybe next time try not to start the interview without the guy being in the room, huh?
I'm not the wolf pack. Calm down, Corey.
You are the wolf pack. You're totally acting like the wolf pack. It really
this is happening in real time, but I'm not the wolf pack. You know,
I can totally sing. You can't do anything except be an asshole drunk. Shut up.
That's everything you said was true except for the part about singing, Corey. Let's be honest. Definitely an alcohol problem.
My voice is amazing. Hear it. Come back, King.
In some
you hear that? That was so good. Possibly. I just did that on the riff.
Listen, I just want you to know that Heidi is a wonderful lady, and if I could give Heidi one wish in the entire world, is to have a couple Boilermakers, have a couple chili dogs, go to a Cubs game, and God forbid, hopefully she never has to hear your music. If she could go her entire life without ever hearing Corey Feldman on stage, opening for Limp Bizkit on the Losers tour, I feel like her life would be.
Low Sir Ill is what it means.
Oh yeah, that's not. Yeah, you're right.
That's what it was.
If she could just go her whole life without ever hearing that, then the world will be a better place.
Well, maybe she could go her whole life without getting chlamydia, like you. How about
that?
I
have several versions of it.
You do.
There's several
I can smell
strains.
it from here. Your wiener's rotting.
Yeah, you can smell it, but you can't sing a single note. And that's weird. Like you have a great sense of smell, not a great singing. But I'll have a drink with you anytime, Corey.
Ladies and gentlemen,
please stop.
100%, we're gonna get Corey Feldman on the show one day. 100%. Oh yeah, you got to give. Oh yeah, you did for Heidi, but I think you just wanted to give her a shout out as yourself.
Hey, Heidi, have a great fucking night. Don't listen to Corey Feldman. It'll ruin it.
Watch his movies. Mason K says, tier list Joe Dirt. There's only 2 movies, though. Oh, he wants us to put it on the tier list.
Okay, so the original Joe Dirt.
The original Joe Dirt.
Okay,
that's a good one.
Let me pull it up here. Let me pull it up here. Pull her up on the old listicles. Joe Dirt as a movie.
Woo.
Where do we rank it?
Man,
Because
I'm gonna put it at the almost touches the sun.
Joe Dirt. Okay.
I love Joe Dirt. Jesus Christ, Joe, you live in a closet. Yeah, I got a few places.
That right there is a big old frozen chunk of poop. Like, do it
That's
again.
a
I'll stab
space
you in the
peanut.
face with a tire iron.
Yeah, dude, Joe Dirt's almost touches the sun.
I don't mind All Timer, honestly. I don't mind
It could
Let's
be
put
there
it to a
too.
vote.
It could be there too.
Let's put it to a vote for you guys. Okay. But Jay and I have no qualms with but it's
Either one.
it's got to be top 2 tier, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like I could easily see like climbing into all timer, but it's 100% almost touches the sun.
I couldn't agree more. I'm good with either, but like, yeah, it's got to be in those top 2. But
That's
I'll still put it
crazy
over
though.
there.
Didn't that movie I can't remember. Did Joe Dirt have a theatrical release?
Oh yeah, the second one didn't. They put that shit on. Like,
Yeah, I
Crackle
couldn't
or
remember
something and shit.
because I
But,
thought it was
like-
like one of those movies that were like The Pest, that just
Yeah,
like a fart by night. Nobody really talked about it, but it was
dude,
so
the
good.
Pest was in theater. Like the Pest was in theaters. I remember.
See,
like I made out
I
with
was
the chick
talking
during the
I
Pest.
didn't know. I was talking to Cody about that. I couldn't remember if it got theatrical released.
No, 100%, dude. I made out with a girl during the Pest because it was Anaconda and the Pest were in theaters at the same time.
Mm,
I remember that very specifically.
good stuff.
But that votes up. You guys vote on it.
Gary says, quick start talking or quick. I think I don't know if you're saying quick start talking about Pedro Pascal. We might stop seeing him in things all of a sudden. No, I'm joking. Oh yeah,
Too much.
like here's the thing about Pedro Pascal. Like again, it's not that he's not a good actor. He is a good actor. Like he's obviously amazing. Like he does hit the roles that he's given extremely well. But he is definitely being overcast 100%. Like everything that's coming out is Pedro Pascal starring.
And dude, I'm not a fucking crazy woke fucking like whatever all this shit. But doesn't it seem to you guys like they've turned him into the spokesman for all the things far left? Like everything he says and everything he does seems to be like it's like super charged with that shit. And I'm just like, man, you were like he came out and we're like, we like this guy. We should put this guy in the spotlight because he's really cool. And then all of a sudden, it's like he's just the spokesperson for everything.
Kind of is.
I'm like, I just want to see you in movies, man. I don't really care about all that extra shit. Come on.
Well, I think
That's the thing.
I think it was a compromise in some way that Hollywood tried to pull on us, or they're trying to pull on us. Is that like, hey, we couldn't push this type of narrative, so we'll push this type of masculinity that we want on screen. I don't know. I mean, I'm like, maybe I'm just hanging out too long in the subreddits, but I definitely feel like there's like he just
Ryan Gosling went through it. Ryan Gosling, there was a point where Ryan Gosling was just like it seems like he was in every movie for a minute, and even he was like, I needed to like take a break for you. I think Pedro Pascal needs to be like, I'm gonna step away for like 2 or 4 years.
Yeah, maybe.
And
yeah,
be good.
I agree. Apple Jack Castro, that's a good name, and he's got a great PFP. Most wanted plot for a future Nightmare on Elm Street movie. What a good future plot for? Like, are you talking about like a remake or like? We'll see. You got to narrow it down a little bit because if you're talking about a remake, a lot of people would just say do the best you can with what Wes Craven left you. The blueprints are already there. Just do something original with that. Or are you talking about a sequel? Like as far as like Freddy Krueger and how he could come back.
I would go with something natural and random and like an original story. But I will say this, they're missing out, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking dude, you could so coolly, so amazingly tell a story.
Yeah,
where Freddy Krueger haunts the Power Rangers. Okay, the Breakfast Club. The fucking whatever. Like he's so good at those roles. If you wanted to really get really meta, you could do some crazy shit. But I do think they should just start with something standard and regular.
Yeah, I would find a good balance between telling the disgusting nature of who he really is, his backstory, and you know that he is a disgusting pedophile and that's what he is. showcasing some of his like criminal human shit to make you hate him, and then go in full. What I would do with the plot, I would make him disgustingly evil, and I think they were trying to hint with that with the remake. They were trying to do that in certain scenes, but he's not like a good, like there's nothing about him that's redeemable. Like Freddy Krueger is like literally an embodiment of a demon. Like he's disgusting in human form and in the afterlife. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it would be depending on how you wanted to narrow it down.
We did an entire video on the comic book series where Freddy Krueger haunts the Power Rangers, and it's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, it was cool.
Like it's really cool. But just him as a whole, man, they're just missing out. They're missing out.
Byron Hansen says Doomslayer versus Kratos. Who wins? Well, I mean,
I don't know what the fuck either of those are.
Yeah, you do. It's got.
I don't know who either of them are.
Doom.
I don't.
The Doom guy from Doom, the video game, and Kratos is God of War. It'd be God of War all day long. He literally slays fucking gods, dude. Like he literally took down Olympus by himself with some chains and shit. Doomslayer's badass. I think a better argument would be Doomslayer versus Master Chief. That would be a better argument. Kratos is literally a guy that took down the gods of Olympus. And then after that went to the Norse gods. And he was like, I'm not finished.
I'll lead to you on that one, buddy. I have no idea.
Yeah. I think, oh, no, we're not. I thought we were. Papa Hyde says, can we revisit the toilet scene from Dumb and Dumber? He wants to have the YouTube video on that. I got to go pee. I'll be right back.
That was fast. He just disappeared like lightning in the night. So YouTube has this thing where you can only get like 6 seconds, right? But we can do that. We can make that work. Okay. We're gonna make that work together. I'm gonna share it with you right now. Here we go. All right, I gotta go 6 seconds at a time. He's gonna go. He's gonna sit down. Here we go. We've all been there. Oh, fast forward a bit. We've all been there. It's the actual.
Oh. All right, listen.
Oh, good. That's good enough. It's good enough. Oh God, what a great scene! What a great scene. Tier list Spawn. Kyle says. Okay, so first, before we do that, let's look at our last. When it comes to Joe Dirt, so many clicky clicks. When it comes to Joe Dirt, what did you guys say? You guys said Joe Dirt is all-timer. 39% say all-timer. 30% say almost touches the sun. Joe Dirt goes in the all-time list. There we go. Joe Dirt. Don't. It's when you jog and you eat Go-Gurt. Joe Dirt goes in the all-timer section.
Oh,
he does.
Wow.
He does. But Spawn, Jay.
Yes. Tell me, Michael Jackson.
Tell me. The movie, right? Just the movie.
1994 special.
The film Spawn.
Mm.
Where do we tier list that guy?
It's fuckable for me. That's about all I can give it, and that's being generous, and that's only because Todd McFarlane, he's awesome, and I love the character. But as a movie, it's fuckable at best. It's fuckable. And John Leguizamo is great too. Like he's the star of the show, right? John Leguizamo, and a lot of people forget that fucking Martin Sheen was the bad guy in that.
Dude, that cast was crazy.
Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not Martin Sheen.
No, it is Martin Sheen.
Is it?
He's the bad guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Martin Sheen's the bad guy in that movie. So I just put up for a poll for you guys. I'm going fuckable as well. I think it's got some really interesting, cool shit in it and some awesome practical effects.
Soundtrack is badass.
Oh, the soundtrack was fun too.
Yeah.
I could almost go pretty rad, but they really messed up a bunch of stuff in that movie. So I'll say effable, but
yeah,
we'll see what
that
you
movie,
guys say.
that movie doesn't hold up at all. And not to mention, well, the soundtrack being awesome, and also the fucking poster was great. Like I've got that poster where you knew it was a PG-13 one where it was just a mask with the eye showing. That was awesome. And then the rated R one is where you see him standing full on. That was that was one of the first VHSs I bought. It was like I didn't have a lot of VHSs growing up. Later on, I got DVDs, but back in the day, we didn't have a lot of VHSs because we just rented the movies. But one of the movies I remember buying was the rated R version of Spawn, and I remember it distinctly because the rated R version had him standing full on, and it was $20 at Video Selection.
Yeah. The movie had its moments. It did. It had some cool ass fucking moments, man.
I wonder if she got my size.
My thighs. Not great though. Not great overall.
We also had the writer on here. We interviewed him, Alan McElroy.
Yeah, Alan McElroy.
Yep.
That movie could have been great, but just hard to do. Gary B says, Michael J, you should do a commentary on Sinners now because it's on VOD.
Yeah, I'm sure people are waiting for that.
I think we made enough people mad with our review of Sinners. So we should probably just stay away.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, hey, you know what? There's a Patreon thing though. Yeah, it's a great. If there's a Patreon, hey, if you guys want it, you can vote on it.
Yeah, that's 100% true. Tier list Blade 2.
Ooh, that could be controversial because there's some people that really loved it.
I fucking think it sucks. I hate Blade 2. I think it's trash, dude. I think fuckable at best, Blade 2. Okay.
I'm dirty. I get away down the garbage. But memorize it, take a picture, write a book. I don't give a fuck.
By the way, in the case of Spawn, since we're gonna do that with
our Blade 1 soundtrack, by the way.
In the case of Spawn, you guys say Spawn is fuckable. 42%. 32% did say pretty rad, so it's close, but Spawn goes to fuckable territory.
Yeah, it's the animated series HBO was so much fucking better. So much fucking better.
I think as it should be. What was the one I was just talking about?
Blade 2.
Blade 2. All right, what do you guys think about Blade 2? I'll put it real quick, super quick poll.
I'm putting it pretty rad. I don't think it was. Blade 1 was a fucking hurricane. I feel like I'm quoting Deacon Frost. He's a hurricane. He changes everything. But I think Blade 1 was so fucking good. Blade 2 did its best to try to capitalize on the success of Blade 1, but it really didn't hold up. But it's still pretty rad. I had fun watching when it first came out. Blade 3 sucked.
Blade 3 did suck. I never liked Blade 2. Like from the moment I went to the theater to see it, I just thought everything cool about the first movie felt like it got sucked out. And it felt like every time we kill a vampire, they do this weird fucking fiery dissipation thing. And I've never been a Blade 2 guy. For me, it's fuckable at best. You said pretty rad?
Yeah, I had pretty rad. And I also have like some nostalgia for it because it was when I worked at a movie store. It was one of the first movies I got to take home with me early before anyone else got to watch it. So I had like a little special affinity for it. But I will say it does feel like it was one of the first movies to be an example of Hollywoodized, because Blade 1 was like gritty and it was like super dark and it had its own like identity. And then Blade 2 came along and you had Guillermo del Toro and they tried to make it like a big set piece action thing, which I don't think really worked in its favor.
Ghost of Ted Hollister said I missed his super chat. Okay, he said sorry for bringing up.
We read that. I read.
You read that?
Yeah, I read that. Ted,
shut up, Ted. You fucking dick.
Because we had that whole conversation about Donnie Darko.
Oh, okay, yeah. So as far as Blade 2 goes, you guys say pretty rad. 58% clearly. Almost Touches the Sun was 25%.
That's strong. That's strong.
Blade 2 goes to pretty rad. I would disagree, but hey, I've always been in the minority on Blade 2 when it comes to Blade 2, for sure. So that's where that one goes.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Who better represented the superhero? Wesley Snipes or Michael Jai White? You got Blade or you got Spawn?
Wesley Snipes. Come on. Wesley Snipes.
I mean, I think that's
Easy
going to win.
money.
Michael Jai White's great, but I feel like when that movie came out in Spawn, like he was a great Al Simmons. But yeah, not even close to. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like who better looked like the part? It's still gonna be Wesley Snipes. He looked like fucking.
Yeah, it's Wesley Snipes. Yeah, I would go Wesley Snipes. That's a great question too, Austin. He said neighborhoods Blink-182. So I won't put this to a vote because I know it's a very esoteric thing. But like for me, neighborhoods in the scope of Blink's album, pretty rad. Pretty rad. But I love that album, dude. I think Neighborhoods is a great fucking album. I could almost touches the sun, but I'll say pretty rad. I feel like that, my opinion, plus the average person's opinion, I think pretty rad is a solid place for Neighborhoods by Blink-182. Great album. Some people didn't like it. They said it's too serious. I'm like, dude, did you listen to the Untitled album? That was pretty serious too.
What's the greatest punk rock album, period?
Of all time?
No, not of all time. Just say like 1995 to 2010.
American Idiot.
It's got to be Green Day.
Green Day, American Idiot, and like Blink's my favorite band of all time. But I think American Idiot, despite how you feel politically.
I was gonna say Dookie, but that came out before.
Yeah. American Idiot's probably the greatest pop punk album in that thing for sure. It's so fucking good.
Papa Hades tier list Tremors.
It's either All Time or Almost Touches the Sun, right?
Yeah, well, 100%.
One of the two.
We don't
have time to put it in the poll, but like All Time or Almost Touches the Sun, which one? The movie or the franchise?
I think he meant the movie.
The movie, I'd say Almost Touches the Sun, personally.
Yeah, I go there. I my heart burns there too.
Almost All Timer.
Mm-hmm.
Almost All Timer. Blade 2, you guys say it's pretty rad. You guys said Blade 2 is pretty rad, so that's where I'm going to stick it. Pretty rad. So, okay, let me do this real quick. This is going to take a lot of effort on my part.
All Timer. Michael saying All Timer.
Blade 2 went to pretty rad. That's what you guys voted, right? And said that Blink-182's Neighborhoods is going to be pretty rad as well.
Neighborhoods.
It could also white devil.
Yeah.
Right there and pretty rad as well. And then we just put Tremors in where? Almost Touches the Sun?
Yeah, Almost Touches the Sun, yeah. And then it was tier list for Fright Night too. I got to be honest with you, man. I don't remember much about it, but I think I remember kind of liking it, but it was nowhere near the original, so I put it at fuckable.
Which one?
Fright Night 2, 88.
I don't remember it at all. I have like momentary flashbacks to it, but I don't remember liking it as much as the original one. So I don't. But I feel like that one was on TV a lot more. I don't know. It's weird. So where'd you put it? I don't remember.
I put it at fuckable, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll put it for right now. That's a quick one. So on the first ever episode of the ongoing Wham Family tier list, Joe Dirt's an all timer. Tremors is an Almost Touches the Sun. That could cause some friction for sure. Pretty rad. We got Texas Roadhouse, Michael Bay's Superman, Blade 2, and Blink-182 Neighborhoods album. Fuckable, Spawn, Fright Night 2. That feels right. That just feels right. Those two being together.
Good. Yeah.
And the only sucks my butt Steve entry is Mithrigan 2.0, which I fucking love.
Hey, man. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan says, I'm just enjoying you guys chatting. I have no idea what your tier list is about, mate. It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
And then Austin, Almost Famous. The film Almost Famous. That's an Almost Touches the Sun. Does anybody disagree? Almost Famous is a fun fucking movie.
No, run it, dog.
Even down.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Almost Touches the Sun.
Yeah.
Almost Famous. Does anybody have a problem with that? I don't.
No,
I don't at all. That's a fucking great movie. You guys throw these in. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Robin says I would say all timer.
For Almost Famous?
Yeah.
I understand that. If we had time, we put it to a vote. But
yeah, it's a great
Almost
movie.
Famous is a fun fucking movie, dude.
Yep.
Real fun fucking movie. Great movie. And by the way, dude, it's crazy. So All American Rejects. I think we showed this in a Patreon stream or in one stream or another. They're doing nothing but like house party shows. They're doing a tour and they're going up to campuses and doing like, and dude, it feels like Almost Famous. Like there's like people on the roofs. There's people all over. The cops are shutting them down.
Yeah, we saw the video of it. It looked good.
Yeah, if you guys want some entertaining shit to watch tonight, Google All American Rejects House Party. It's this old school 2000s really popular band that's now going around and just doing house parties and shit. And it's so fucking cool. So fucking cool.
Fuck you, Austin. You wait 20 seconds? Dazed and Confused.
I got nothing. It's been like 10 years since I've watched Dazed and Confused. It's all Jay, you pick. It's all on you.
Almost Touches the Sun for sure. I can't put it in an all-timer, but it's an amazing movie. Spicoli is great. But you know what's awesome and what's great? You guys are great. And we have to leave now because we hit our time. We've hit our time.
Yeah, we've hit our time. Great fucking stream, guys. Always fun. Always super fun. Patreon stream is Saturday night.
Show.
If you thought this was weird, shit gets even fucking weirder.
Join us. Are you going on vacation next week?
No, I'm not till the last week of June. Last week of June.
So we have plenty of more streams in the old revolver.
Oh yeah,
ready to shoot your face.
I'm going to see Lit, the band Lit. My car is in the front yard, and this week. But no, Saturday night, Patreon night, party our fucking mouths off. It's gonna be great. Join us. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, dude. By the way, when you go to see Lit, you should film it.
I will. I'll send clips.
Yeah, put it on the channel. Yeah, blur me. Blur me hard.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We love you guys so fucking much. What a blast, as always. See you guys soon.
See you.
No, I didn't expect the thing to be that big on me. I don't know if we'll have a stream before Saturday. I know we'll be live Saturday. But I also know that you guys are so fucking cool hanging out with us on a fucking random Tuesday night. I'm holding this like this now. This is my microphone. This is who I am. I can speak as long as I want. And I love you guys. You guys are so cool. Thanks for hanging tonight. See you guys soon. Yeah.